Aman ya semua?
Aman gue. Kalau kalian woman. Yeah, right. Thanks.
Kayak kelahiran 80-an ya guys.
Iya cuy.
Arti bapak-bapak ID.
Yoi cuy.
Oke.
Sudah ya?
Oke.
Okay. What's good, y'all? It's your girl Indah G in the house, back again with another episode of the Indah G Show, where educational and entertaining gets a little explicit. Full episodes are available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Noise, and Rezo. And PSA for those of you that need this, all of our full episodes here on YouTube come with automated English closed captions that have been reviewed and revised by the team to ensure accuracy. For those of you that need it, of course. And if any of you want Indonesian translations, oh God, Peter, why?
Yo, she went full on rap god.
Yeah.
I would scream. Also, you guys, Peter is, y'all can't see him, but he's, he's there. He'll be tuning into the conversation as well. Also, if y'all are watching me on YouTube and y'all are wondering, Indah, what box is that are you holding? My mom, thank you, Mom. I know you'll be watching this one because this one's about Chindo Parents. You'll be extra attentive in this one. So my mom cut us some sun-kissed.
Nice.
Some oranges, navel oranges. Would y'all like some? Mandy, I know you're hungry.
I am. I want to do that ASMR thing. Can we do that?
Okay, sure.
Can we do that like for 5
Quick.
minutes? Okay.
Here's to prosperity.
Here's
You
to-
gotta have some.
Oh, right.
Prosperous
yeah,
future.
For prosperity. Peter mau gak ini yang terakhir?
Aku sakit perut ntar.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay.
Peter doesn't want to be
We
prosperous.
gotta do it together, okay?
Hashtag
Alright.
salam
Okay.
toleransi.
Kong Shi Fa Cai.
Kong si fa chai.
Hai Songpo.
Enjoy.
Okay.
Ping Chiling. Okay, wait. Shh.
Okay.
Oke.
Peter, how does that sound?
Nice.
Them wavelengths looking mighty juicy, brother.
This for free? Yo.
Oh damn, they getting erotic ASMR content for free. Damn, y'all not paying me enough for this.
Huh? What the
Look
heck?
at hers.
Damn, you
Wait,
got
how
them
do-
biters.
How
Damn.
What that mouth do now? We all see
That
what
mouth
that
grip.
mouth do.
W Lockman for real. Thank you, Tante.
Thank you, Tante.
Thank you for calling my mom Tante and not Ii.
Thank you, Ii.
Thank you,
I
Ii.
just said so.
I've never called a Tante Ii before.
Really?
Yeah, no, not
I
me.
always call them Ii.
Ii.
Tau gak gimana cara your mom bisa approve you being friends with me? I kamsia ya.
Ya kali.
Very very good Chinese friend guys.
Ya kali. Lu Cina mana?
Nyokap lu Cina mana emang ya?
My mom's Teochew.
Kita ngomong cewek nggak apa kan di sini kan?
What?
Chokin Cina nggak apa kan di sini kan?
Chongkin?
Chokin.
What is Chokin?
It's
Chokin is
basically like
Cina.
Chinese N-word.
Wait,
Technically.
Chokin?
Chokin and Cina is Chinese N-word, dude. Gue juga baru tahu sebenarnya.
Huh? China's not an N-word. It's just a...
China's the
Like
country.
it's offensive kalau non-Chinese yang ngomong. Gue baru tahu ternyata.
Really?
Iya, dude.
I'm not
Makanya
offended.
Iya, ya kan? Jadi kalau non-Chinese ngomong Cina, which iya kayak itu ternyata offensive, gue baru tahu.
Really? It's like the other word for I'm not gonna
Native
say it.
Indonesians.
Yeah.
Iya.
The T word.
The T
Oh,
word.
yeah.
The T word and the H word.
What's
Yeah.
it? Oh yeah, the H
Yeah,
word.
Really, I
yeah.
say my boyfriend is penikmat Cina all the time.
Oh.
Oh wow.
But that's okay because
Yellow fever up in here.
lo kan 84% Chinese. Jadi
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You got that 1%, babe.
Hah?
Yeah, that 1%.
Oh my.
Okay.
Fun fact semuanya. Gue my heritage DNA test. Terus hasilnya gue 84% Chinese, 14% Indo, Vietnamese, Malay, and 1% Papua.
1.4% I saw.
Padahal Papua kan di dalam Indonesia. I don't know why they separated. But yes, fun fact.
I've gotten a lot of I made content similar to this on my TikTok, and a lot of people in the comments, I'm actually surprised they don't know what the T word is and the H word is.
Actually, I did a bit more research on those two words you just mentioned just now, like last night, because I was telling my boyfriend about this video, and he's like, "Huh? TIKO is not like it's not like a Chindo specific slur. Atau kayak it's not really like a bad thing to say." And I'm like, "Huh? Yes, it is."
Yes, it
And then-
is.
Nah, itu dia.
And then like I guess and then I informed him that like it has multiple meanings as well. So he was like, "Isn't that just an abbreviation for tikus kota? Like it's just someone who lives in the city, like a city rat."
I think like we talked about this on our episode yang dulu banget,
Yeah.
Tikus kota, like that word
Yeah.
specifically. Jadi kayak it's offensive not because it's offensive not because of racial reasons, tapi because kita referring to tikus kota.
Like
City
it's a
rats, come on, like
classist
that's gotta be
implication, you mean?
offensive, right?
Like a classist implication,
Yeah.
you mean?
It is.
And I heard there's like another meaning. Ti translates to anjing.
I
And
think
ko translates to babi or something. I forgot. Oh no, sorry.
But they
Ti
don't eat
is
pork.
Babi.
Majority.
Ko is anjing. I think. Pokoknya it's both slurs combined and it has like double meaning. So it's like a quadruple slur or something.
damn.
Yeah, double whammy type shit. Yeah, and then
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that one either. Juana is probably like the most common one. And can we like, this is a safe space, I guess. Like, let's be honest here. A lot of Chindos
Chindo
still,
moms, yeah.
and Chindo parents,
Chindo parents, yeah, yeah.
especially, but a lot of Chindo parents and even Chindos our age, it's very sad to say, I still hear them walking around throwing the Juana word.
I don't like that word at all. It just means non-Chindos. I googled it as well.
Orang asing.
Orang asing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense because why would we say that they're orang asing when
We are the
orang asing, you know?
Tahu diri
Yeah.
tahu diri dikit kali anjing, we're the asing ones.
Yeah.
But I guess it just means in like our
From the perspective of our community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Isn't that, I mean, not to derail from the conversation, but isn't that also what Bule means? Bule doesn't actually mean white. No, because I remember in Indo class back in GIS, they taught us the word Bule doesn't necessarily mean white. It just means foreigner. But a lot of times, like here in Indonesia, we associate foreigners with being white because a lot of times, like they're the richer one that can come here. But Bule isn't considered a derogatory, but actually, like I learned in Indo class that it is. Bule is a derogatory because you're othering them. Because karena masuknya foreigner.
But could we argue there
is white privilege there. You
But
know?
but that's because white people, they come from a place of privilege. Like when they come over here, and they're othered as the foreigner, but they're held up to a fucking pedestal.
Yep.
And some of them like even make content from that, like
Yeah.
Bule tries nasi goreng, stuff like that. But like there's no like Juana tries nasi goreng.
Gue ketawa dosa nggak
Juana
sih?
tries
Enggak lah ya.
dim sum. You know?
No.
Nor.
But I think there's a certain classist
Yeah.
to those two words.
Yeah. And speaking of Chindo parents, did y'all grow up in the household like hearing those words? For me, I've mentioned this in the episode with Kenji. For me, enggak. For me, no. I don't know why. Well, I guess because like I grew up like down south, but so did you.
Yeah.
But it's like I grew up in like Muslim majority, so it's like
My mom says it. My dad doesn't.
I see. Okay.
And
Yeah.
she would mention it to her friends a lot, and that makes me very uncomfortable because like I asked like, what does that mean? It's like, oh, it's like people who are not Chinese, they're not as hard. So this is what I don't like about her. She's kind of racist.
How's she accepting your boyfriend?
She doesn't.
She doesn't know.
You post him all the time.
Bentar,
You
your
think- you
boyfriend
think-
tuh
Half white, half Indonesian.
oh oke.
Actually, she does
Gue
know.
tadi kayak lagi pengen cari what's the most politically correct way to say it gitu kan. Gue pengen ngomong Ang-Moh sih sebenarnya.
And she,
Ang-Moh tau gak?
Yeah.
Ya Ang-Moh kan kayak it's kayak lebih acceptable gak sih kayaknya?
No.
Oh enggak ya?
I think only
Ah,
Singaporeans
damn it, tuh
use
kan
it.
kayak semuanya aja gak acceptable anjir.
What's
2023
Ang-Moh?
where everything is offensive, right? Kayak ini fun fact banget, Ang-Moh literally means rambut merah. Jadi gue gak mengerti why it's offensive gitu kan. Makanya gue tadi
Gingers?
Ang-Moh actually means rambut merah like in reality. Or like pokoknya Ang is merah, Moh is rambut bukan sih? Pokoknya something gitu loh. Jadi it's not actually offensive. Tapi I'm sorry if someone found I don't know man.
It's fine.
Everything's offensive nowadays.
Well, I was gonna continue like my example that kind of like stuck with me until now. So we were in the car, and then I think she was buying bakso or something, like pokoknya jajanan di jalan gitu. And then like I guess my mom is also kind of a clean freak as well. So sometimes she would be like, tuh kamu jangan kayak Juana, mereka kerjanya nggak bener, terus mereka jorok.
And I'm so sorry,
I
but
hate
man,
that.
that's so. Oh gosh, no.
I really so I think because she raised me like that, I kind of wanted to grow to be the opposite. I don't want to be like her.
yeah.
That's horrible.
Nah, you and me, we come from that kind of sort of like villain origin story type of background where it's like we learn a lot of what we've learned on how to be good people. We take from example
the
from
back.
our parents of like what not to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that. I will say I never grew up with like any racial slurs at home from my mom at least. But it's like she's really just her biggest issue is that she's so ridiculously classist. Like like to a level, bitch, I know you complain about that about your mama too, but like I'm just saying, like I've never seen anybody take it to my mom's level, like ever. Like that bitch is on crack when it comes to elitism. That's the thing about my mom. My mom isn't racist or homophobic or like whatever discriminatory like thing, unless they're poor. If like, as in like, if you're gay but you're rich, it's like, oh no, I like you. But then if you are poor and you're gay, I'm gonna call you a fag, for example.
Hey, you said the F word.
What about you, Mandy? Did you grow up with that a lot at home? Like,
Yeah.
hearing the H word, T
Yeah.
word?
Yeah, but like my dad used to say like we're not gonna be here without native Indonesians. Can you say that? Can you say that?
Yeah. So in English, the politically correct way of referring to them is native Indonesians.
Yeah. He says he does say that a lot, and my mom too, but I think it's because of the culture and the people around them. I think because they grown up with that, but I don't think they made it in like a racist way, unless it's my boyfriend. Unless I'm dating a native Indonesian, then they would be pretty racist. But like when it comes to like friends, they don't ask me to like, oh, you gotta hang out with this. Malah they would say like, we're not gonna be here without the help and like the support of native Indonesians in our community. So that's how I see it. But like I just don't like how they normalize the word, the T and H word, you know. I think it's just, I think in our culture it's just very normalized to say it because their parents say it, our parents say it, like the kids would sometimes say it, you know, before we get educated.
Yeah, like sometimes I think it might not even, they use the words not because it's coming from a place of wanting to racially discriminate against them, but it's because that's literally the only word that they know on how to refer to them. Like they've never been taught the word, for example, keturunan asli Indonesia. I don't think anyone's ever taught them to say it that way.
And they're never in the woke generation, you know.
Oh yeah, no, they're not our generation. What about you, Kenji?
Jadi kan gue grow up di Jakarta Utara, which is arguably the most Chinese part of Jakarta. So,
me too.
Which is Jaksel.
Ya oke. Jadi intinya lu pada mungkin asumsi kalau my mom itu orang yang paling kiblatnya ke ujung sono ya, yang kayak sangat-sangat rasis gitu. Actually, that could not be further from the truth. She's actually very open. Dia nggak pernah say the T atau H word di rumah.
Oh, nice.
Dan gue di rumah nggak pernah diajarin untuk ngeliat orang dari skin color dan lain-lain, because ini yang gue believe growing up ya. Skin tuh kayak casing doang, dan misalnya if you watch me kayak you've heard me say this like 10-20 times in other places juga, menurut gue kulit itu kayak casing doang. Like if you're an iPhone, like it doesn't matter if you're purple or blue or white, you're just an iPhone. And at the end, it's how you operate gitu. It's how the phone operates. Jadi kayak she has never been that person yang kayak kamu gak boleh main sama ini, gak boleh main sama itu gitu loh. Karena kayak she trusts that I can make my own decisions. Dan kalau orang yang kurang bener itu nggak bisa dijudge dari race. Like you can be Chinese, you can be non-Chinese, you can be anything. Like if you're a bad influence, then you're a bad influence gitu loh. And that's up to us to decide if they're toxic or not. Jadi ya gue nggak pernah sih kayak grow up in an ecosystem di mana TNH were thrown around kayak gitu sih.
You know, the thing is, like, I don't think my brother would grow up the way I did, because I was always pressured to, like, you gotta find a Chinese boyfriend who's the same culture and the same financial status. But like, if my brother brings home like a native Indonesian girlfriend, I don't think my parents would say shit about it.
That's so,
you know?
Okay, why? She's still marrying into the family.
The family.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's a girlfriend and she's still young, so like, yaudahlah, whatever. But and second of all, like, I think it's because in the Chindo ways of it, like, they value girls by marriage, or like who they marry, or what last name they have. So if I bring home like a native Indonesian boyfriend who is not in the same financial status as me, they would like be like, fuck no, and they would be like, you can only date a native Indonesian if he's like anaknya presiden.
Ya kali anaknya presiden.
He's married.
Yeah, he's married.
Anaknya
What are you
presiden udah
teaching your
married.
children?
He's
No,
taken.
no.
Like,
Or like anaknya pejabat, or like a conglomerate, you know?
Yeah. Because Kenji, I was gonna ask you, like, your mom and my mom in some ways, like in that sense, like what you were saying, like very much similar. But I will say, what if you throw money in there?
Specify?
As in to say like,
Is she classist?
yeah.
Oke, jadi my mom tuh tidak classist because mungkin lo pada kira gue kaya banget ya. Cuman gue tuh grow up bukan sebagai orang kaya. Gue
Bukan
sama
papi Alyong.
gue sama nyokap gue itu tumbuh besar. Kita tinggal di kosan di Roxy dulu ya. Kita di kosan di Roxy. Gue nggak bisa ke sekolah, nggak punya mobil. Gue nebeng temen nyokap gue, bahkan bukan temen gue. Ke sekolah gue nebeng, naik angkot segala dulu. Dan gue bahkan pulang karena nyokap gue kerja. Jadi gue tuh nggak bisa dijemput seperti anak-anak lain pakai Alphard. Gue harus nebeng rumah temen gue namanya David. Halo David kalau nonton ini. Gue nebeng rumah gue, nebeng mobil dia ke rumah dia di pick, terus abis pulang kerja nyokap gue jemput gue. Itu. Jadi nyokap gue tuh and gue fair enough to say that kita tidak grow up being rich atau conventionally rich. Mungkin orang-orang yang mungkin orang-orang lain bisa bilang, "Oh, tapi lu masih tinggal di pick." Enggak, gue tinggal di Pluit. Dulu sebelum after tinggal di Roxy, intinya kayak gue bukan conventional rich person. So nyokap gue itu like class is the last thing she sees because she believes that it's your ability to make money, not if you have money or not.
Exactly.
And what is money anyways? Bisa hilang, bisa gimana ya? It's like a wheel, you know. Kayak misalnya ini gue ada kayak nyokap gue tuh dulu always tell me kayak kamu nggak boleh pilih orang dari ras atau dari kelas. Karena kalau misalnya mereka dulunya apa, it gives zero indication of what they will become in the future.
Ya.
Nyokap gue always bilang sama gue kayak, kamu kecil, kalau kamu punya duit ekstra, traktirlah teman-teman kamu. Gue nggak tahu ini kayak nice to say atau enggak ya, tapi dia bilang, you won't know mereka gede bakal bisa bantu kamu kayak apa.
That's true.
No, it's
My
true.
dad says that too.
Iya, lu kalau kecil traktir teman lo Indomie misalnya 10.000 doang. Dan ya mungkin 10.000 itu kecil kan, tapi maybe in 10 years mereka bisa bantuin lu genuinely. Itu 10.000 bakal compounding. Gak bakal jadi 10.000. It's not like in 10 years kayak, dude, I'm gonna get back the 10,000 you gave me like 10 years ago. Kan gak mungkin gitu kan. Jadi kayak menabur aja sih yang banyak. Gue kayak Christian banget sih ngomongnya. Cuman kayak she's big into menabur menuai things.
Yeah, my dad too. I that's what I really love about my dad. Even though he's like a little bit racist to like my romantic relationships, but like generally he would be the type like, oh, you gotta bring this pack of medicines around. And I was like, why? I'm not even
so
sick.
Chinese, dude.
And then he's like, you never know who you can help. Just bring it around, you know.
Bener.
I'm like, oh, you know.
Shanika
so that's
and
like his mentality, you know.
Shanika and I are looking at each other like those types of Chindo parents exist. Wow.
Sama kayak maybe
My mother could never.
Mine is so polit.
sama kayak
same.
to put it into
Banget.
perspective kayak
same.
semua saham yang blue chip tuh dulunya pas IPO tuh kecil banget harganya.
Yeah.
Of course.
Lu nggak tahu saham yang entar bakal 10 kali lipat sekarang tuh harganya berapa.
Of course.
That's a
Jadi
very
lu
like
nggak boleh gimana.
True.
She plays stock. She trades stock on a daily, so that's how she thinks juga.
yeah.
Jadi kayak I guess that
Oh my
translates
God,
to how
your mom
she.
should be on this show.
Like Josh's mom is. Do I call you Josh or like Kenji, bro?
Kenji aja soalnya Josh is what online shops call me.
Oh,
Kayak,
okay,
"Hi, Kak
okay.
Joshua, how
Hi,
are
Kak
you?"
Josh.
Gitu. Yeah.
Hi, Gan, gitu ya.
This
Hi,
is
Gan, gitu.
quite a diverse cast. I mean,
Very,
I
very.
grew up with like a Chindo mom, and I'm traumatized. You both don't seem traumatized.
No.
I am in my.
No, y'all need to know this. Shanika and I, like in the DMs, we be trauma bonding over our moms.
Yeah.
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 And Peter has daddy issues.
Me too, Peter. Me too.
Good balance. There is the good,
And there's the bad.
Also, the other thing that I wanted to say, right? To Kenji's story about how you grew up with pretty much nothing with your mom, and like your mom kind of like struggled with money and all that type of stuff. What's very interesting, my mom is also a rags to riches story. Like my mom didn't grow up like me at all. Complete fucking opposite. Actually, she's had to work. She's had to really like the phrase banting tulang, like literally break her bone, break her back for everything that she's had, like that she has now. And of course, like I appreciate that. But like what is really interesting is that your mom and my mom, like they kind of have that like struggle story, right? But then she made a very beautiful positive lesson out of it. My mom, complete fucking opposite. Where she grew up poor, and now that she has money, she hates on poor people. And I find it very interesting because I remember this one time. Y'all remember what happened to Rihanna back in
With Chris Brown?
Chris Brown. Yeah, y'all remember that,
Hate
right?
that
No.
man.
There's a correlation to this. Basically, this one time, Rihanna, she got into a lot of trouble on Twitter. I remember because there was this photo of this girl, another black woman, and she was in a domestic abuse situation. Rihanna tweeted that photo, and then she said something along the lines of, I hate broken bitches or something like that.
Broken or broke?
Broken bitches. Broken. So and then of course she got a lot of heat about that, and a lot of people, they were like, I was scrolling down the comments back then, and I remember people were saying like, how could you, like, especially because you've been there, you've done that, you've been in this position, right? And then I saw this video, and I swear to you, like, this moment, it changed my life, because for once it made me kind of understand my mom, where it's like a lot of people, they hate the people that remind them of who they used to be, because they hated that version of themselves so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
True.
And so I watched that video. It was in the context of Rihanna and why she said the thing that she said about the domestic abuse victim. But then I extrapolated that to apply in the context of my mom, and I'm like, I think this is why. I think just a lot of her classism, it stems from a place of shame and regret and rage of the socioeconomic conditions that she grew up with. Which is, that's why it's so interesting, because your mom and my mom, like, they started off the same, but they ended so different.
Yeah.
My mom was also sort of rags to
Riches.
as
I think
well.
mine too.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Yeah, but they internalize very different
Yeah.
attitudes, huh?
Yeah.
It's so wild.
You know, maybe me and Kenji's mom is just blessed enough to have a good support system, I guess, or good people around them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Not a lot of people
I'm
are
pretty
like that.
sure around my mom, she has a good support system as well. Her parents banting tulang for her to go to school in America, and that's where she met my dad as well. And I guess she kind of had high hopes, and her hopes weren't met. And I think that's where she started becoming very unthankful
And bitter.
And I think maybe that's where the difference also lies. It's not a Chindo thing, but
yeah.
I think it's also the way I see my mom growing up, she's very unthankful about things.
Yeah.
And when she is thankful about things, I feel like she's like forcing herself because the Bible says so. We should get into the religion part later. But, but I feel like she's very polite and ungrateful. And it makes me believe that there's a certain energy you bring out to the world if you help people, and then if you like buy something you actually need. Like sometimes she would, I don't know, like, ini membuka aib or not, tapi kayak I know other Chindo moms do this, karena I've said it to another Chindo friend, and it's like, oh, my mom does that too, it's kind of weird. She would like ambil tisu banyak banget dari toilet umum.
What? Why? No, that's not a thing.
Is that,
not the tissue toilet, but my mom would do that with like tissues from like the napkins from the restaurants, for example.
yeah.
Why?
Or, like, huh?
What's the point?
So save money.
To save money, yeah.
Yeah. No. A lot of
You both-
gue baru tahu sih.
Yeah. No. Like, I keep saying this, right? You can take the bitch out of the ghetto. You can take the ghetto out of the bitch. Like, my mom's like, she got money now. I am so sorry. I know this is such a mean thing to say about my mom, and she might kill me. Actually, no, she'll very likely kill me. But like, my mom, she got upper class money, but she got low class mentality. I am so sorry. And that's what I'm saying. No, itu mendarah daging banget. It's because they grew up like that. And that shit don't leave you. That shit don't go away even after you receive a lot of money and a lot of assets. It's so interesting.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh, no,
it's so different.
To be honest, I don't think my mom stealing tissue from the restaurant is the worst thing in the world.
Yeah,
to be honest, I used to do that back in college. Like, I had a Tupperware. Okay, no, not the tissue thing, but like, I had a Tupperware. I mean, yeah, I had like a Tupperware. I would go to the dining hall and I would isi makanan. Yeah, like, I would like take money. Not take money. I would take food and put it in my Tupperware, and all the white kids be staring at me like, the fuck is this Asian bitch doing? And it's like, yeah, bro, this shit expensive. Like, I'm gonna save this for tomorrow morning. The fuck?
I do like the
frugal. I'm being frugal.
Yeah.
what was going on in my mom's head.
You know, it's so different because like I think I've always been raised with empathy. Like my parents are rags to riches as well. You know, he started this whole company. My mom's a housewife, but like he would always like teach me this saying all the time. It's always, life is all about helping people. So if you can't help people, what value can you give to the world?
That's interesting.
And that's the one value that I always bring around. You know, he says like, even if you have like a lot of employees, like one day you're gonna be a big boss, Andy, and you're gonna live your life being accountable of all these lives.
Yeah.
So like when the COVID happened, and like my dad has like, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of employees. Yeah. And then they all fell sick because pabrikan. Yeah. He stayed up all night until like 3 a.m. calling each and every one of them and calling them by their, you know, like long names, you know, like, hey, apa kabar pak, gitu-gitu loh. And I would be like upstairs, I was like, Dad, like, we're like also sick right now because like we had COVID too. And then I was like, why are you doing this? And he has like a weak heart, right? So like I know it's tiresome for him to like stay up. And he's like, he just told me, he just looked at me in the eye. It's like, if you cannot be a good leader, then what type of leader will you be? You know, like life is all about empathy. Like if you can help people, you know, and don't expect anything back.
Gue kayak ada kayak sebuah quote yang sebenarnya menurut gue nggak gitu ada hubungannya. Cuman I think this kind of ties in with our conversation of being a good impact or something. Kayak gue inget banget nih dulu ada teman kuliah gue, like he was drunk and he told me, tau gak sih Ken, lu perhatiin deh, orang tuh mati sebenarnya 2 kali bukan sekali doang. I was like, gimana tuh? The first time you died itu when you actually pass away, and the second time you died itu pas people say your name for the last time.
Oh yeah.
Ya kan?
Oh yeah.
Jadi kayak the second time you die itu when people say your name for the last time. That's when you die for good.
Yeah.
Dan kalau misalnya abis kita meninggal dan kita nggak punya legacy atau heritage atau people stop talking about us gitu, then what's the point of living, ya nggak sih?
I wish every Chindo parent in this country went to fucking therapy. I wish it was like a legal like obligation for them to go to therapy. Holy fucking
Tapi
shit.
it's very understandable karena kayak their parents' generation, they had to punch through their emotions.
Yeah.
Like they're not taught to express them.
Yep.
Apalagi cowok yang sangat-sangat tidak boleh show emotions zaman dulu banget.
Yep.
Thank God sekarang cowok sudah boleh nangis ya.
Yeah.
Dulu kan nggak boleh gitu.
Yeah.
Jadi kayak I kind of understand kenapa mereka tuh there's a lot of pent up aggression and they let it all out by being passive aggressive and stuff like that. Karena mereka emang gak punya outlet.
Yeah.
Dan kalau misalnya kita have the slightest idea of ke terapis aja, emang lu kira gue gila gitu, ngerti gak sih?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jadi emang mereka
that's what my family
tidak
tried to do to my mom.
tidak ada outlet dan tidak mau cari outlet.
Yep. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Go.
No, it's just that, like, I try to walk the balance between, yes, I have a lot of pent-up rage towards my mother, and a lot of this is me projecting, but I try to, like, approach it from a compassionate angle, especially, like, I know the shit my mom had to go through. I know. So it's like, a lot of the times, like, yeah, we're so quick to judge our parents, especially me. Like, I shit on my mom a lot, and my followers know. My mom knows, so she watches me online. But it's like, damn, like, how would I have turned out if I had to live through the shit that she had to? Yeah.
So you think your mom like is like this because she's bitter because she has no control over her life? That's why she's married.
We that's why she's married.
I mean, like you said that she got married and then she turned bitter, and
yeah,
unthankful.
because she was expecting from
a great life from your dad.
From my dad. Because
Expecting as in?
she was expecting a very lavish life.
Yeah.
That lavish
okay.
life did not
Yeah.
arrive.
Understandable.
And I think we live enough, and I'm a very easily entertained and like grateful person in general, but that's just not my mom.
Yeah. Same.
And I think the more you're grateful for things, the more you're just happy. And I feel like the reason why she's so bitter and ungrateful is because she always holds on to the past and always reminds me, I had to fight so hard.
I know why.
Yeah.
Because she comes from a rich family that afforded her life in university, you know? And at the time, that was so expensive.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting. But my mom is also like of the same mentality of just being constantly so unsatisfied with her life because she expected a much more lavish life. I know a lot of people, especially if you know the kind, like people that are familiar with me and I guess like the socioeconomic background, like I know that's so absurd. And I think about that a lot too, where it's like, bitch, I never had to work a day my whole goddamn life. Like we've afforded everything we wanted and more, and you're still unhappy. That's the thing though, right? Like I say that a lot, like y'all are like, no, that's fucking absurd. Like you already have a lot. What more do you want? And no, she wants more. And it's also just, okay, a lot of it is money, I understand, but a lot of it too, and this is where I give her grace, is that she wanted the whole life of like happy husband with lots of kids, happy family, and obviously like that's not what she got at all. So I understand the bitter and resentment there, but there's also the element of like entitledness. I don't know, it's very, I don't know, my mom is a very complex person, but it's just, yeah, she's overall never satisfied. Even with me, this is where it starts really getting personal. Like I keep telling my mom, like, I do well in school, like I'm doing productive things with my life, like I'm making a name for myself, like I'm starting my own like business, I'm trying to be somebody, and all she keeps seeing is that none of it is enough. And so yeah, of course at some point it's like I stopped giving a fuck.
Yeah, I guess it's just ingrained in her. That's why she's not thankful even for the empire she built, you know?
Yeah.
Everything you have is from her, and she's not satisfied with herself, I guess.
Yeah, I'm the one who's I'm well more than satisfied. Like, honest to God, I'm well more than satisfied, and I'm very grateful. A lot of the times it's that she's the one that's not grateful. She's always the one that's kind of like, no, you need to be even richer. You need to have even more.
Tapi-
And I'm like, I'm sorry, but how much more? At some point, you keep wanting, and when does it stop?
It's interesting karena gue kira ini a guy thing. I thought ini a son thing, you know, it's not a daughter thing.
Yeah.
Jadi biasanya kalau cowok tidak bisa provide atau misalnya tidak bisa surpass their parents bakal think they fail as a person gitu kan. Tapi kan biasanya traditionally woman tidak given that pressure.
Yeah.
Biasanya. Jadi kayak gue baru tahu ternyata kayak it's not a man thing nowadays.
No, I'm never given pressure about work. I take art. I paint a lot, and I'm really stupid at school. My parents never really give a shit because he's like, yeah, she's a girl, you know, she's gonna get married. Just find a good husband, you know.
I have a remix of that.
Yeah, but I feel like
Remix.
if I like truly ingrain that concept into my life, I might just as well ended up like your mom, you know,
Bitter
like,
and resentful.
and entitled to a good life
Yeah.
that someone will
Yeah.
provide for me. But
yeah.
you know, I'm really glad that I'm born in like 2001, so I have all this media to like educate me, and a lot
Yeah.
of people with like
Yeah.
a more open mindset
Yeah.
to know that I do agree with your mom that we cannot depend on anyone, not even a man, bro. A man.
Oh no,
the
definitely
fuck?
a man, but
The fuck, right?
yeah.
Like I will never depend my life on them.
But don't be to the point where it's like everybody that try to help you think they're trying to murder you.
Exactly.
Iya. Karena kayak kita nggak bisa go far alone loh.
Exactly.
Nggak ada orang gede mau cewek mau cowok tuh yang bisa go far alone. I mean, come on, even Elon Musk bought his company, dude.
Exactly.
He didn't found Tesla.
Yeah.
He bought it from someone yang udah
Yeah.
bring it somewhere, dia baru beli.
Yeah.
Dan kayak misalnya kalau kalian pengen research company-company lain juga nggak ada yang gara-gara CEO-nya jago gitu loh. They got people behind them. I mean, Apple aja bukan gara-gara Steve doang, Tim Cook dan lain-lain. I might be wrong, cuman kayak it's the programmers and stuff like behind the scenes that help
And
them
one
gitu kan.
day, even if you're like a CEO, and one day when you are stuck in one level, you have to sell it somewhere else or like hand it over to someone who can do it better professionally. So it's all about people. It's business about people.
Yeah, someone told me kayak in order to run a successful business, there's gotta be two kinds of people in the company. Harus ada yang penerobos satu, sama harus ada yang maintain.
Bener.
Biasanya orang yang menerobos nggak bisa maintain, dan biasa sebaliknya.
Yeah.
And you gotta identify if you're a penerobos or a maintainer gitu.
Sorry, what does penerobos mean?
Like
Coming up with new ideas.
Innovator.
Terus kayak innovator.
Yeah.
And what
Sama
is
satu yang kayak they maintain. Maybe like
management?
mereka kayak yang lebih rapi, mereka lebih kayak bisa keep it day to day.
Even with couples, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird because my boyfriend's like the same as me. I think your girlfriend's the same as
Agak
you too.
mirip-mirip ya.
Mirip. But like, you know, sometimes I see like the couples that work out are the ones that fill the gaps of each other. You know.
Yeah.
Like an extrovert
Yeah.
who like is a social butterfly, spends a lot of money, ends up with like a very like, you know, rapih pembukuan guy. You know.
Yeah.
Oke, bentar.
That's
Speaking of couples, di sini yang ortunya cerai siapa aja sih? Broken home?
Single mom,
Single
never
mom.
been married, not divorced, but
Not okay.
no, I've never met my dad.
Oh my God, you're
Yeah, you told me.
a baby outside of wedlock.
Yeah, I'm born out of wedlock.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like credits to your mom.
Yeah.
Credits.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I give that bitch credit where credit is due. Like, no, she's like built an amazing life for herself and me. Yeah, it's true. I wish.
Literally strong, independent woman.
Yeah, no, literally everything
Too
I've
independent.
learned. Everything
little
I've
too
learned.
Very independent.
Yeah, I would say hyper independent to
Mega boss, like
to a
level
fault.
99.
Mega mind.
Yeah.
Independent.
Level 9
Yeah.
mafia boss.
Yeah,
Independent.
no.
Do y'all know your dad though?
Do I know my dad?
Yeah.
Do you know your dad? Yeah, you've met your
Yeah,
dad.
gue sering ketemu my dad kok. Kita emang cerai, tapi kayak jadi my parents split up when I was 4.
Okay.
Jadi kayak I meet my dad from time to time. So fun fact, I used to be so quiet about this on social media. Kayak about my parents being split up. Ingat kan dulu gue suruh I asked you to cut it out. Cuman kayak sekarang kayak udah biasa aja sih menurut gue. Karena kayak menurut gue justru I'm kind of showing people that being raised as a child of a single mom, like if I can make it somewhat, then I guess you guys can juga gitu.
Yeah.
Jadi ya, I'm putting this out there.
I think-
Kalau my dad sih
you're
gue,
like my nephew.
yeah man.
Hmm.
Nggak, gue kayak
What?
my dad, ya gue ketemu
My
dia
nephew.
sih. However, my dad itu orangnya lebih, let's just say yang lebih raise me itu my mom.
Yeah, more. Your mom took on a more active role in rearing you.
Yeah, somewhat.
My character is actually more raised by my dad, surprisingly. So
Character.
my character, my drive, my everything is actually more towards my dad. And you were also asking about broken home and stuff. It's how do I say this? I have a shattered home because like they're supposed to split, but they haven't split because like
Oh, shit, yeah,
because
that's the worst.
my parents are Christian, and then they also believe that like cerai itu dosa, kayak one of the biggest dosa ever. But do you know what else
right.
is dosa? Screaming at each other every single day.
Yeah.
That's like dosa dicicil.
Do they?
Yeah.
They do. So I grew up in that environment. Tapi kayak
Yeah.
also
too?
thankfully
Aw,
No.
Peter too.
sorry,
Oh.
Peter.
I'm so sorry, Peter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have been mentioning like a lot about bad examples from my mother. Tapi thankfully I have my father to balance that. And I know in Chindo culture as a girl, it's mostly known to as a daughter you're mostly expected to marry rich
Yep.
instead of becoming rich. So that's what my mom believes.
Mm.
And my mom really just like, oh sini mama kenalin sama teman mama, anaknya ini. And also fun fact, waktu itu dia yang paling lama move on from my ex, and my ex cheated on me, right? And she was like, no, tapi kayak he can provide you with a good life. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
he
can't.
he only
no,
held
no,
on.
he can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, she only held on to him because he's rich.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, he
thank
can't,
you.
mom.
I have allergies.
Tissue allergies?
No, like dust allergies.
Oh.
Is it dusty in here? I'm so sorry.
I don't know, but like I keep like sinus
Okay,
stuff.
Oh.
sorry.
Wait, I'm gonna blow my nose. Just pause.
But anyways, that's what my mother believes. But what my dad believes is completely opposite. Dia mau aku
Mandiri.
ngejar pendidikan setinggi mungkin, even though I'm in art school, because he knows like I can actually thrive in that field and become successful in it. He says no matter what, you have to work. You cannot depend on a man. That's coming from a man.
Right.
You cannot depend on a man.
Interesting.
You never know when your husband could pass away. Your husband could leave you.
W father.
Your husband
Wow.
could he can do any. You have to stand for yourself. But that's not what my mother believes. My mother was always saying, why does Shanika have to work so hard? She can just find a very wealthy husband.
Yeah, my mom says
and be
that
set for
too.
life. Tapi kayak,
Interesting.
you never know when that wealthy husband could like fail.
Yep.
Or like
Bankrupt,
pass away
and
or
then
something.
you can't stand up on your own 2 feet, like
Yep.
and then she would always pokoknya gitu deh. Thankfully I have like another parent to
Yeah.
balance it out.
Yeah. Or your
Aw.
husband is negligent and he just
Yeah.
gets up and he fucking leaves. So yeah, there's also that. My mom's of the mentality of like, your money is your money, but his money should be yours. I disagree with that one. Look, I vehemently disagree with that one. But she's always been a very,
Queen.
but she's always been very stern about how I need to be my own independent woman. I gotta have my own money. I gotta not depend on nobody.
Tapi itu
else.
Chinese banget emang.
Yeah, very.
Karena yang like I
very.
said tadi, in China, mungkin bukan Chinese doang ya. Tapi ya itu, a man's worth is kayak largely believe that. A man's worth itu tuh seen by their ability to provide.
Yeah.
Jadi kalau misalnya kita as a man nggak bisa provide, kita nggak ada value-nya gitu.
Yeah. Whereas a woman's value is in her ability to procreate.
Yeah. I mean,
Ya, kayak zaman dulu tuh kayak gitu kan.
Yeah.
beliefnya kan.
Yeah.
Makanya boomer parents, semua parents boomer ya. Jadi kayak parents
No,
tuh
they're Gen X
ya
parents.
rata-rata
too.
parents itu mikirnya masih in that mindset. Jadi kayak
Yeah.
lo harus cari man yang bisa provide buat lu karena itu adalah telltale sign of a high value man.
And do you guys like struggle too with like? 'Cause I struggled with this with my mom, where it's like my mom, she's a boomer. She's born 1961. The bitch fucking old, right? That's not offensive to say, right? Whatever. But
ageism.
no, but okay, my mom. Point being, my mom's a boomer. Are your parents boomers too? Like 1960s,
I think-
right? Yeah, 1960s.
Yeah.
Mine's 70s.
70s, so
59.
like a little bit younger. Gen X probably.
Gen X,
Gen
yeah.
X.
Yo, my dad
But it's like,
59 too.
especially with
59.
boomers, I don't know if this is something that y'all can relate to, but I struggle with this with my mom, where my mom has a very hard time reconciling with the fact that her time is over and that the world don't work the way that it used to back in her time. And she's very stubborn about like, no, we need to do things the way me and my people used to do it.
Iya.
Like our generation, and like we know better because we're older than you and we're smarter than you, and she can't let it go. The fact that no, you're wrong because generations have changed. You are literally whole generations away from me. You don't think that there's gonna be a difference in how we do things now, and that's not even just within business. It's every other areas of my life. I get this that my mom is very. Yeah, I don't know how many people's parents are kind of like this, but they're just And I think especially because they're so old now, and it's kind of like a part of it is also their mortality sort of like being in their periphery. It is like their mortality kind of like dawning on them of like, my time really is coming up, and like my time is over in a sense, right? My generation, like our time is over, and she just has a very hard time accepting that. I don't know about you guys though. Nah.
I think my mom is like that, but she never worded it like that. Tapi she still sees things the same way, and dia juga ketinggalan teknologi.
Banget,
The most technology she can do is like
Email.
YouTube, and what she YouTubes is
Rich people?
No, religion propaganda.
Oh, never mind. My
Oh.
mom YouTubes rich people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Berarti at some point Andrew Tate pernah nongol dong di Your Mom punya recommendations. Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate.
Kan your mom
Gary V.
like
No,
if
God,
your
no,
like
no,
if
no,
your
no,
mom
Not Gary
searches
V.
rich people.
No. If my mother ever watches Andrew Tate, I'm disowning her. I don't care. I'm disowning her. I'm disowning her. Fuck that. Get out of my house. No, I'm kidding.
It's very different because my dad always watches YouTube, but educational videos. He likes history,
So interesting.
politics, and tech startups.
My mom suka banget murder crime, man. Dia nonton like semua docu-series murder
She's
crime.
so
gitu.
real.
Wow,
She's
Your mom is
Beneran.
so real.
Like your mom is so
My mom
human.
udah nonton every single Netflix docu-series murder crime gitu-gitu.
Oh my God,
Your
she's
mom
Every
is
single one,
so human, which is so opposite of my mom. My mom, she gets on YouTube, all she watches is rich people living their lavish lifestyle, like Kylie Jenner, and how she'll barge into my room. She's like, "Nih, kamu tuh harus kayak gini nih, kayak Kylie."
Padahal that's just a facade, you know.
That is literally just a fucking facade, but she doesn't get it, right? Because
people-
again, she's so
Dia tuh,
old.
yeah, my mom juga kayak gitu. Dia ngotot banget. Like she really likes like Indonesian celebrities that are wealthy as well. So I'm
Oh
just
my
gonna say
god,
that.
Boy William.
Who's that?
I don't
No.
know. She has mentioned him, tapi kayak dia lebih suka kayak Raffi
Raffi
Ahmad,
yeah.
kayak Anang
Okay,
Ashanti gitu-gitu. And then
Yeah,
she would always be like blah blah blah. Or then she also likes. Oh, this is embarrassing to admit. She likes Atta Halilintar.
My mom's
And then she would also apa ya waktu itu I think there was like a drama going on with their family gitu-gitu, and then I would tell my mom like, "Mom, we don't have like, why are you such big fans of them? Like they're also human." Tapi like, "No, I know them." I'm like, "No, you
No, you
don't.
don't.
You just
Yeah.
watch them
yeah.
on YouTube." It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, tapi that's how they show their personality. And I'm like,
Oh no.
Yeah,
No.
no.
I work in YouTube. No.
We
Yeah.
work
We
in
work in
entertainment,
entertainment,
and media,
guys.
so we know of all people, like we fucking know. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I might like, yeah, just my goodness. I wish my mom would watch something. I even wish my mom would watch religious content. I'm to that point. I would.
No,
I
you
wish
don't.
my mom. I wish my mom. No. A lot of the times, because me and my mom, we grew up a-religious. We're very a-religious. We're probably hand to God, no pun intended, but hand to God. We're probably the most a-religious Chindos you will ever meet. Grew up. For the most part, I don't even remember the word God being acknowledged in my house. Like that's how.
That is very white.
No.
of you.
What? No.
Yeah.
White people are very religious, Mandy. What are you
Are
talking
they?
about? Very, very, very religious. No, but like that's just how secular my household was. To the point where a lot of the times I'm just like, I wish my mom was more religious. Maybe that'll humanize her more.
My mom watches K-drama. She like, you
That's
know,
also human. What
the
Yeah, my mom
best
watches
thing
Oh no,
K-drama
my
too.
about
mom also watches K-drama. Come
Yeah,
on.
she does.
my mom
mom
would be
doesn't.
like, my mom would like, she's like a yoga mom, you know,
Yeah.
she's like a Pilates mom.
Yeah.
All she do is like, you know what? I'm really happy. And I was like, why? You don't do anything.
Exactly.
And then she's like, yeah, you know, all I do every day is watch K-drama, and I can see on top of my TV is my Birkin. And look at you. You're a slave. You're a slave to your own capitalistic behaviors. I'm like,
Oh my
Mom.
God.
you know what? Queen.
Ini boleh dengeran agak weird, cuman my mom tuh watches my friends. You know kayak sometimes like my friends with a large following they come to my house gitu kan. Jadi kayak my mom sometimes like watches my friends, kayak misalnya let's say contohnya gue baru pergi sama Feral Bramasta gitu. Terus pulang-pulang my mom kayak Feral bajunya bagus-bagus ya. I was like, what? Terus kayak my mom tuh kayak she keeps track of siapa aja yang gue pergi. Terus that's what my mom watches. Kayak misalnya
Why is your mom so sweet?
kayak misalnya kayak ya siapa aja gitu yang come to my house kayak oh they make content okay their voice is nice kayak gitu-gitu.
Oh, they're so supportive. Can I go to your
Sebenarnya
house?
nggak supportive juga, nggak bisa bilang supportive sih kayak dia emang nggak tahu what to watch aja in social media. Jadi
Why
kayak dia
she's
tuh
so sweet.
mencari kayak based on who I hang out with gitu.
Why can't my mom be like that.
Because soalnya my mom tuh kayak dia udah on the age where she retires.
It's just you and me getting therapy.
Yeah, no, that
Or
has.
like you and me getting a reality check because like all this time I thought like, oh my mom's just a Chindo mom and all Chindo parents are like this.
Hey,
Nggak,
but
tapi
give me your hand.
kayak begini sih menurut gue
We're
kayak
not alone.
my mom tuh
We're not alone.
udah in the stage dimana dia tuh cuman pengen kayak relax and chill down and let me do the work aja
Yeah,
ibaratnya.
true.
Jadi kayak gimana ya? Kalau untuk ekspektasi dia tuh udah dulu sempat parah banget sih, cuman kayak sekarang tuh udah lebih ke let loose aja.
My parents too.
Maybe the difference is kayak your parents masih expect you guys to kayak create ABCD. Walaupun gue yakin banget kita semua tuh not where we want to be gitu kan.
Yeah.
Tapi maybe my parents udah lebih gak mikirin itu, makanya dia udah bisa lebih memerhatikan hal-hal lain in life, like Netflix crime shows,
Yeah.
contohnya. While your parents kadang-kadang masih fixated on kayak, oh I want my child to do well, how is she doing?
No.
Kayak I want my child to ini, oh no. Jadi kayak dia tuh masih stressin itu.
Bro, I understand. As parents, you're gonna have expectations of your children. I understand. I'm just saying, and this is me entering like therapy for me. I'm just saying, my mother's expectations beyond what is fucking reasonable and what is even realistic. So, I mean, I don't know, Shanika, if you deal with that, but it's like,
I do.
yeah, yeah. Like my mom is literally out here. I don't understand. It's like she thinks everything. The thing with her, she's so entitled, and she thinks that I should be that way as well. Where she's like, you should not. She wants me to achieve a lot and like make a lot of money and like get a lot of followers, but not work so hard. Like, it should just be kind of like be effortless. But when I'm relaxing and then she's like, no, well, you should be working on this. And so it's like literally everything that I do is just serba salah. And then it's like, she always, for the longest time, by the way, my mom, up until high school. So after high school, she was chill about this. But up until high school, she was like, oh, absolutely no boys. I wasn't even allowed to stare at a boy for the longest time. Right? And then it's like, what? Well, now she's never been the type of parent to be like, oh, you have to like quickly get married and like get a boyfriend and all that type of shit. Like, your time is running out. No, none of that. But then every once in a while, like, she will kind of slip it in there. Like, she'll throw jabs at me. Like, so for example, like, she'll like look at my nose and like sees that I have big pores, and then she'll jab like, oh, that's why no rich man wants you. And it's like, okay, you're literally just going all over the place. Like, I don't know what it is that you want. It's like, okay, well, you want me to find a rich man, but then you also want me to work, but then you also don't want me to work because you're like, oh, you should just like all come easy to you. Like, you want me to expect all these things but not put in any of the work. You want me to go find a man, but you don't want me to go out.
Okay, I might be wrong about your mom ya. I might be wrong. Tapi
Mentally
maybe,
ill? Yeah.
Okay, no. I wasn't gonna say that. Tapi maybe your mom deep down low key, she wants that life for herself.
Oh,
Kayak-
of course.
Yeah,
It's
she
all
does.
projection.
Jadi kayak tapi kayak her situation forces her to be independent and stuff.
Mhm.
Jadi kayak dia punya survival instinct itu tells that untuk jadi cewek jadi cewek yang punya value harus independent, berhasil segala-segala gitu.
Mhm.
Tapi kadang-kadang her inner thoughts dan mimpi dulu dia itu kayak kick in kadang-kadang kayak but I want a man
Yeah.
juga kadang-kadang. Jadi kayak that's what she's projecting to you gitu.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So-
Actually, I think you nailed it pretty much.
She wants you to be a billionaire. What does she want you to be?
She wants me to marry a billionaire.
Wifey.
She also wants me to marry a billionaire. Extremely
Nah,
fucking
no.
classist. Like, at the root of my mom's entire being, everything just revolves around money. That's it. And to the point where growing up, that's the only thing that I ever hear. Every time I tell my mom I made this new friend, and I'm so happy that I made this new friend. Mind you, I was a middle schooler. And I'll tell my mom, like, oh, I have this new friend. Like, she's from Korea, and she's super sweet and everything. And my mom immediately, the first thing she'll say, if you were poor, she wouldn't give two shits about you, and she wouldn't want to be your friend.
It's kind of crazy.
Ya itu crazy banget sih.
I'm really sorry about the trauma she has been
Yeah.
through, but
Yeah.
Tish is right
Shit.
there.
Damn, this video's so deep. I thought we'd be talking about like how
Me too!
Chindo parents would force you to bawa jaket sebelum pergi.
Gue kira kayak
Does your mom do that?
my mom does
My
that.
mom does.
Tupperware juga biasanya.
Oh, really?
I got
Oh,
Tupperware in my car right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I got like a bottle in my car.
Ayo makan nanti udah gendut. Kamu kok gendut sih?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what more when you're a woman, it's like, okay, you come to the family gathering and then they tell everybody, right, eat, but then if you're a woman, it's like, but why are you fat?
Yeah.
Bitch, you just told me to eat and finish like 4 plates of nasi bungkus like a moment ago, and you're asking me why I'm fat? Like, where does the logic make sense?
You know, I'm really glad that I fit into the Asian beauty standards.
Iya.
As you
Yeah.
should.
Because
Yeah.
I've never gone to a family gathering and they pressure me. They would always say like, oh, I wish my daughter's like you.
Wait, that's very
I'm so
interesting.
sad.
Wait, can I ask? Because the
Yeah.
both of us were in the beauty industry.
Yeah.
Right. We're in the beauty cosmetics industry. How much of the reason why you went into beauty and cosmetics is influenced by your parents? Because for me, it
No.
kind of gave me my start, as in like the reason why. So like for those of you that don't know yet, like I recently launched my cosmetics company. My
Slay.
first product line is lashes, right? And a lot of people ask me why lashes, and the uncomfortable truth is that it's my mom, but not for the reasons that maybe a lot of people think. My mom, growing up, for some reason, she always really hated the fact that like my eyes were small, and that it's just very, gimana ya? Like she just sipit. But I'm not the most sipit person in my opinion. But like to her,
Sipitan gua aja.
because my mom is very, matanya tuh bener-bener mencala gitu. Like very, like she has very large eyes, and like I'm the complete opposite. And so growing up, my mom has always criticized me, and like there was a point where my mom would always tell me before I leave the house, like, you're gonna leave like that, like put on some eyeliner, put on some lashes, your eyes look ugly, right? And at some point, then I started experimenting with makeup and everything, and like eyeshadow, eyeliner, and eyelashes, right? And eyelashes make your eyes look a lot bigger. And then that was kind of the first time that my mom really complimented me on how I look. So that's kind of how
No,
it's a
not
very
for me.
it's a very sad story, but that is the truth of like why lashes became my thing. Because I've been wearing lashes for a long time. Anybody that know me, they know that I've been wearing lashes. I've been rocking these fucking like Jesus high lashes for a really long time. And it started with that, is because my mom always kind of shat on me for having ugly eyes, and when I have lashes on, she doesn't shit on me.
No,
So,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry.
No, it's fine.
I don't know. My mom never does that. The only criticism that she's ever done to me is like every time I started working like since I was 14, right? Like I just started selling painting, and then I worked in USS, and then now I have TFR and Beat Beauty. And throughout the way, there's always partnerships to be made, and like the industry is made up of men, right?
Yeah.
So my mom would always like underestimate how much I work just by saying like, yeah, you know what? You only got this deal because you know why? Because you're pretty and skinny. That's it.
Interesting.
And then I was like, fuck. Yeah. She would always like underestimate my work. Yeah, or actual efforts.
Yeah.
Just kayak, yeah, kalau misalnya when I was started becoming an influencer, she would be like, ya kalau lu gak cantik sama kalau lu gak bisa gambar juga lu biasa aja. You know, something like that. I'm like, thank you for humbling me, but
No.
Yeah.
No. Fuck you.
Is that a Chindo parent thing to do, to implement their trying to take credit?
Kayak to
as well.
undermine their child's achievements.
Yeah, I
Yes.
guess
And-
so.
Yep. Peter, you know all about
Yeah.
that, Peter. You wanna chime in, bro?
Tapi kayak menurut gue beauty itu emang plays such a massive role in
For women.
everything. I think for both men and women.
Okay. Yeah,
Karena
true.
karena let's say we're regular looking and we're smart. We're just smart. Tapi kalau misalnya kita good looking and smart, orang kayak ih udah cakep, pinter lagi.
Pinter lagi.
Kalau misalnya orang baik gitu kan, ya udah orang baik aja. Kalau orang cakep dan baik, oh my god, udah cakep baik lagi. Sempurna banget. Jadi beauty itu adds an extra 30 points to your existing nilai rapor. Tapi 30 scores doang kan nggak enough untuk bikin lo jadi lulus kan. Jadi menurut gue beauty itu makes you do bare minimum and bisa lulus.
Of course, that
And
is.
you can get away with a lot of things because of beauty.
It actually has something to do with the halo effect, which I mentioned quite a lot in like a few other channels as well. But that's when when you're attractive and people see you for the first time, that is considered as a positive trait. And with that positive trait, all these other positive traits follow along. I was like, oh, she's very skinny and she's gorgeous. Oh, that means she has money. Kayak ngikut gitu. She has money.
Benar.
Or associated traits.
Associated traits, or like maybe I'm so sorry, like kalau misalnya first time meeting someone, baju lu kotor gitu. It's like, they're probably, they live a nasty life.
Yeah, they're poor.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dimarahin gara-gara hitam pernah nggak?
Dimarahin gara-gara hitam, dark skin. Oh no.
I would. Kan my family would be like, kok iteman sih? Not my parents, but my grandma and my aunts, aunties. Terus kayak iteman gak bersih gitu loh. And then it would be like, you're too skinny, you know, eat more, something like that.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know if I would get canceled saying this, but sometimes it's annoying going to family gatherings, because
fuck yeah.
I know like some people would be like they get body shamed, but I get too hyped up that it's annoying, because they would be like oh cantik banget ya, wah model ya, wah influencer, wah pinter bisa gambar. Sekarang
Mandy, it sucks to be.
Yeah, no, but then they would be like sekarang udah dapat duit berapa? Bagi-bagi dong. Sini. Ih kok udah cantik, kok udah bisa, udah sukses, banyak followers, kok nggak bagi-bagi duit sih? You know, that thing.
Bro,
And then they would be like, ya udah next year kita liatin ya jadinya followersnya berapa, jadi putri Indonesia, terus and then they're like that's okay, jadi putri.
I'm actually sorry for you.
Yeah,
I'm
and then
actually
and then they would be like ih kok pacarnya tuh nggak seganteng, nggak secantik kamu sih, gitu loh. And it's like, and then they would say like, yeah, you'll just get a good man, nanti don't forget us, okay?
pandering.
They would be like, you know, and then and the best thing is they would be like, let's take a picture together and don't forget to tag me, okay?
What's the word? Social climber in
Yeah, and then they come
Panjat
from
sosial.
like
Panjat sosial.
Yeah.
they come from like fucking aunties, you know, and it's like,
Yeah.
and they would be like pestern, and they would be like, wah, you know, they would be like, wah bagus ya badannya.
Yeah.
Then they would be like this and like touching everything. Terus kayak ajarin dong, you know, and then be like, wah di rekening pasti udah gede ya dompetnya.
Yeah,
You know that
Yeah.
that thing. It's like thank you for hyping me up, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Ini gue ada cerita dikit, masih masuk ke family nih, jadi kayak agak mirip-mirip ya. Gue ada satu family namanya, let's just say namanya Tante M gitu. Tante M ini tuh gue nggak tahu mukanya kayak gimana, dan DP dia tuh bukan muka dia kan. She somehow has my number, dia WhatsApp gue. Dia WhatsApp ini panjang dan gue belum bales. Dia kayak, halo Kenji, kamu keren ya sekarang, udah bikin konten ABCD, followernya banyak gini-gini gitu-gitu. Kamu kapan ketemu teman-teman kamu yang terkenal lagi? Terus dia sebutin nama teman-teman gue yang quote and quote terkenal, ajak anak tante dong, biar mereka juga,
They would always say
ya kan? Terus dia kayak,
Interesting.
dan ini belum gue bales nih. Dia udah dari Halo Kenji udah get to the part where dia suruh gue ajak anak-anaknya, ada 2 yang suruh gue hangout segala gitu, which honestly banget. First of all, kalau anak lo yang bilang sama gue tuh orangnya tuh paling murah koneksi ya. Kayak rumah gue, all my friends know rumah gue itu chill spot buat nongkrong dan minum dan main Switch banget.
Monggo.
Everyone just comes there, jadi kayak nyantai aja. Tapi kalau misalnya lu harus menggunakan your mother untuk approach gue, dan lu blatantly bilang kalau lu kepengen ketemu my quote and quote famous friends gitu, kayak kenapa? Dan dia bener-bener kayak nanya, kamu kapan lagi nongkrong, nanti anak-anak II samperin.
same.
Nah,
And then if we
gue
don't
jadi
want to
don't know how to feel gitu loh.
like they would be like, kok kamu sombong
Iya,
banget sih?
iya. Dan ini gue gak tahu ini emang Chinese family thing atau gimana. Tapi kayaknya iya deh. Soalnya lumayan mirip loh ceritanya loh.
What about you,
This
Shanika?
is the reason why I don't let my mother introduce me to like her friends' kids. I don't want to be that.
Iya,
I don't want to be your aunt's son.
Soalnya it's not that gue nggak kepengen. Tapi it's really weird if you put it that way and you ngomong
It
dari
sounds
awal gitu kan.
disingenuous, yeah.
It's very disingenuous aja. Jadi gue jadi nggak mau justru.
What about you,
Yeah.
Shanika?
So weird.
Gimana? Oh, I mean, the only closest experience I have to that. Actually, my big family is pretty tame. I mean, there are some comments here and there, tapi I don't think that's Chindo specific. So all this time,
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
like thinking, like, is this Chindo specific? I'm not sure. Tapi kayak, of course, I do have one rude cousin, and I don't like her at all. I hate her. She's disgusting. And every time I like meet her, I try not to talk to her and shit like that. And she has always been very mean and rude to me growing up. Like what when I was like 17, 16, like I was trying out makeup for the first time, she would say like, "Oh, you look like this, blah blah blah."
Yeah,
She
we
would
have
be-
those.
And she would like always make snarky remarks when I was little. And recently I've gotten like some followers and I have a name for myself. And dia tiba-tiba, Shanika, do you wanna make videos with me at home?
Wow.
No.
Your family's panjat sosial semua ya?
No, I only have one yang panjat sosial. The rest are
No.
like supportive.
No, as in like all three of you, you
Yeah,
guys like
yeah,
have
yeah.
family
Yeah.
members
Oh tapi
that are...
yang itu satu doang sih. Yang
Pan-
sisanya
No,
they're
I
pretty
Yeah,
chill sih.
mine is satu
Satu
doang.
Okay,
doang.
Mandy.
Biasanya pretty chill.
Every time Chinese New Year, they would always like gather around me, and then they'd be like, I just launched a new home business selling kualing
Pempek or
kau.
something,
Ya,
right?
pempek,
Itu
kualing kau gitu-gitu.
pernah
Terus
tuh
kayak, if you don't post it, nanti kamu sombong loh, gitu loh.
Oh,
No, that's kinda
gaslighting.
Yeah.
Gue pernah nastar.
Nastar.
Pernah banget anjir. Pernah banget.
You know,
Crazy.
apa tuh yang jelly yang biasanya kayak diminum buat sehat?
Iya.
The one yang ada
I
kayak
know.
merah-merah kecilnya gitu.
Is it the bird nest?
The bird nest thing, yeah. It's always that. Or like some other like nastar or like fried chicken, tiba-tiba or like some catering, and then I eat it, and it's like, this is disgusting, you know. And then they would be like, kok nggak ngepost sih? And then they would text me, hi Mandy, kapan ngepost? Hehehe, smiley face. You know that
Yeah.
that boomer smiley face emojis.
Yeah.
Yang kayak,
That's terrible.
You
Sorry.
know?
I thankfully I do not relate to that.
I don't relate to any
Gue
of
mau
this
nanya
at
juga,
all.
your parents tuh like, does your parents put value in how famous you are?
oh no,
No, money but not fame.
no,
Money but not fame,
yeah.
My mom does.
Yeah,
My mom has treated me better now that I have a name for myself.
really?
Oh, my mom still
I
treats me
think-
like shit.
I think that's because, again, it's another projection of my mother.
Yeah.
That's what she wanted to be when she was young. She would always blame me because you and your sister were born. I did not get to like have the career I wanted. Padahal kayak
Yeah.
the career she wanted, she has blatantly told me that's because she was too lazy. Dia bilang kayak waktu itu she's offered like to be in movies and stuff, tapi dia bilang nggak mau, katanya tidurnya malam-malam. That's
Yeah.
on you,
Yo.
not
Yeah.
me.
Does your mom like see your fame as like a validation?
Yeah.
No, I mean Kenji.
Oh gue.
Yeah.
It shows, jadi ada long story behind it, karena kayak awalnya dia tuh tidak merasa social media adalah something that's worth doing. Dianggap gue main-main banget ya.
Yeah, same.
Iya.
Because they're from a different generation.
Jadi kayak dia kayak ini ngapain sih Kenji maksudnya udah gede, udah lulus gitu, tapi mau main TikTok di kamar, marah video-video, emang ada duitnya gitu kan. Jadi dulu begitu. Cuman kayak sekarang kan udah mulai kelihatan. Jadi ya sekarang udah lebih mensupport dan that translate to lumayan melihat value dalam angka sih. Lumayan sih. Jadi kayak itu, tapi in a way that berarti my child made it. And now I don't have to force him to do traditional work or business because what he chose for himself kinda made it gitu sih.
In my mom's opinion,
My dad's the opposite.
my
mom.
mom's still. I mean, look, yeah, I still have a lot more to go, but I feel like, hey, give me some credit. I've progressed a lot in like the last 1.5 years of
Yeah.
doing this, and to my mom, that is still nothing.
What did your dad say?
My dad wants me to like work corporate and traditionally, and
Oh.
like, he still believes in like the older values. Like my
Right.
mom has always wanted like some amount of fame, respect, and money. So I think that now that I somewhat have it, dia kayak kaget gitu. Is like, oh,
Kayak girl.
Do you feel like your mom's in a way jealous of you for that? Because you
Maybe.
got what she didn't have?
let me think. I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. Tapi kayak now she just kind of like ada lebih bangga. Dulu she would like belittle me a lot, but now that I kind of have something, she has more respect for me than before.
Damn.
It's
What
I
is
don't know.
that like? My mom still shits on me on the reg, bro.
Are your parents like a bit like skeptical sama obat, or like do
No.
they like believe more in like kayak traditional medicine, or is that just like my
Oh
mom?
ya itu benar
No,
sih.
no.
Kalau itu benar.
Traditional medicine.
Because my like
No.
like
Luhan
kayak
bro.
ikan
Yeah,
hiu
yeah.
sisip itu.
No.
Oh shit, I recognize all of that. Yeah.
Oh, no,
Oh,
that's Peter's domain. Guys, that's actually
wait,
that
Teta
is-
Yoching. I forgot. What is that?
that's
Itu
actually
betadine yang tapi kalau
Oh,
dikasih
that
langsung
works the best. My mom says they use that in war
Ya, itu kayak satu
or something.
lo luka sehari langsung sembuh gitu. Maksudnya
It's
langsung
good.
oh.
Teta Yoching over betadine any day, but it hurts like crazy.
Really? Is it like bubuk?
No.
ada yang bubuk, ada yang
Ada yang
cair.
bubuk, ada yang cair.
Oh,
It works so much better than betadine.
Oh.
I'm an avid koyo lover though.
Koyo.
Oh, Koyo
I
works wonders,
fucking
man.
Oh,
love
but Koyo. Okay, dude, that's everybody. Even my mom
Yeah,
be
that's
using
true.
Koyo, bro.
No.
My mom's a balsamer.
Oh my god,
Balsam.
Oh yeah, that too.
balsam.
That too.
Balsam is
Tiger
the-
balm.
Chindo
Yeah,
mom.
tiger balm.
Yeah,
Essential.
oh
My dad
God.
dulu Zambuker, man.
Yeah,
Zambuker
yeah.
My mom's more like high end. She does young living.
What's that?
Oh, gue tahu.
That's
nyokap
how
gue
you know it's
punya.
high
Gue
end.
punya PL di rumah banyak.
Yeah, all she
Yeah.
does is like she has like this
Essences
kayak
gitu loh.
essence. Terus dia kayak she would be like, you know, and like this.
Interesting.
And then like every
Terus
time
ada
I'm on
bawa-
my
bawa
period.
lavender.
Yeah.
Aduh,
Then she
banyak
would
di
just
rumah
be
gitu.
like, use this,
Your mom
inhale,
like that?
you know.
like
No.
traditional, like traditional medicine over modern medicine type of woman.
Mandy, lo pas batuk disuruh minum kayak gini nggak? Pas
Iya,
batuk.
iya, iya.
Sama gila. Iya, berarti gue juga.
Tapi my mom waktu itu kayak berapa kali gue sakit nggak bawa ke dokter, katanya she'll take care of me herself.
What did she do?
How did that work?
It's pretty good, tapi kayak
Beat the shit.
it's all right.
Like
beat the
the
sickness
disease
out
out
of
of you.
Beat the sickness out of
Kayak
you.
misalnya dia nggak suka antibiotik.
Oh
gitu-gitu
yeah,
like that.
yeah. But there is sound reasoning for that because we are going through an antibiotic resistance epidemic. Yeah.
And my mom's crazy about pijit.
Oh, Mbak Pijat.
I love.
Oh, Mbak
I love
Pijat.
pijat.
Is she crazy about krok?
She crocked me, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she krok you.
Oh, my mom would never crock me.
Krok sakit
No.
sih.
And there's
My mom
also
would
this
never
machine
let-
they use a lot, yang the ini, and then
Suction.
it sucks you.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
That's a Thai thing.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
No, my family we have like a lineage of heart disease
Mm.
and lung disease and
Mm.
allergies. So we're all very sick people.
Yeah.
So we live like my whole childhood is in Mount Elizabeth, Singapore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Gue sering banget lagi kesana dulu.
Ya kan?
Nyokap gue sih yang kesana. Gue
Mount
nemenin
Elizabeth
doang.
is like
Yeah.
depressing times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ini agak lompat, cuman gue kayak kepengen bahas the reason why our parents kayak gitu tadi.
Mm.
Mungkin gak sih gara-gara mereka tuh a product, like they're like the children of war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up.
They're the children of war, jadi what they know how to find happiness is to survive, to
Yeah.
gain lots of money and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Sedangkan kita born into stability.
Yeah.
Jadi we find happiness in a different way.
Yeah.
Gue pernah, ini gue ada salah satu teman Instagram gue, Koteo Derek namanya. Dia kayak ada one of his content ngomongin soal does money buy happiness, and I think it kinda ties, his answer kinda ties into what I'm about to say gitu kan.
Mhm.
Dia bilang money buys happiness pada saat kita punya needs belum met. Kalau kita susah makan, kalau kita susah bayar rent, itu money our happiness, bener. Tapi kalau saat kita punya needs udah met, money itu bukan happiness kita lagi. And I think dulu our parents tuh fit into the generation where money is happiness, karena their needs weren't met, kayak rags to riches gitu kan.
Yeah.
More money means more happiness, that's true.
Yeah.
Tapi sekarang kita born into a generation di mana our needs udah met, makanya kita ngerasa money itu bukan number one. While our parents still think money is number one,
Yeah.
jadi ada bentrok di sana.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agree.
Yep. A lot of it is just a clash of perspectives due to immense cultural and generational differences. Yeah.
Like,
I'm pretty sure
Yep.
our children would be like activists, you know,
Oh,
because of
100%.
like they're gonna be born in like a fucking dying world, you know. So
oh.
you
We
know,
are
I don't think.
born to a dying world.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
born, but our children would be
Even
much
more
more born. Yeah. So
yeah.
I think the issue is gonna be different. Maybe they won't care about money, but they would care about, I don't know, fucking oxygen or something.
Yeah,
You know?
global
Yo.
warming.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
And maybe it'll just go back to the survival mode because they'll be in the war against
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
climate
climate
change.
Yeah.
or whatever. You know.
And I don't know if this is a huge jump, but just because like the topic of fucking living in war and everything. Did your parents ever beat y'all up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enggak sih.
Your dad beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Peter's dad beat the shit out of him. What about you?
Gue enggak sih.
Mm.
Tapi my mom, like, she can be very, very jahat with words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, she hurt
Kayak-
words.
Tapi
Wah,
rotan
words.
iya nggak? Rotan.
Tapi wordsnya gila banget.
Rotan pernah sih sekali dua kali.
Everything.
Yeah, Peter's had everything.
Including the
Oh my
weapons.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, ada sendal. Sendal.
Udah kerasa. Aku kayak sabuk yang tebel, terus
Oh.
rotan, tapi rotannya bukan yang rotan kecil-kecil tuh.
Iya.
Rotan yang gede.
Iya, gue juga rotan bambu gitu.
I did not know.
Iya.
Rotan.
My mom threw a fruit basket at me once.
Iya.
Your dad or your mom? Dad, right? Both? Damn.
Yo.
Because-
Mostly my dad sih.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, with Kenji, it's like, I mean, are you bigger than your mom physically?
Yeah.
Yeah, because with a lot of
Yo,
my
my mom
guy
gede
friends,
banget dong kalau bigger than me. Okay.
because my mom is bigger. Because my mom is bigger than me.
Oh.
My mom is taller than me. She bigger than me. Peter's met my mom, so he knows. She bigger than me. She taller than me. So she's never even had to exert that much force. Like, I mean, she has, unfortunately, but growing up, it was always dicubit, tapi sakit
Ya, cubit.
banget.
Terus
Iya.
cubitnya yang di
Yeah, and then like she would twist and everything. And so I would show up with fucking bruises to school, and then like, oh yeah, it'll develop. The bruises will develop in a few days. And then can you believe my mom has the audacity to be like, what happened to your arm? What the fuck you mean? What happened to my arm? Like, you did this, bitch.
How did Indah's mom react to you, Peter? Is she nice to you? I actually want to meet your mom. You
No,
know?
you don't.
I just want to see what
No, you don't.
you're on about. You know? Like,
No, you don't. No.
Can we analyze it from afar?
yeah.
And from afar,
5
yeah.
feet distance.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
And
you
see how you
definitely can.
interact with her. We
Yeah.
don't interact.
Yeah, no, you definitely can. You pick up a lot of shit about that woman.
Tapi kayak ini kayak something yang udah pernah gue bahas di channel gue ya.
Yeah.
Did you know kayak Chinese tuh juga saling rasisin sesama Chinese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kayak
yeah.
waktu itu me and Aurel kayak kita ada ngomongin hampir sejam ya soal kayak how internalized racism hitungannya.
Yeah.
Kayak tapi juga for a good reason karena misal kayak orang kayak dulu perang sama orang apa, perang sama orang apa. Jadi kayak I think it doesn't make sense for Chinese to be racist to other races when kita aja masih nggak bisa sort out the differences between our own races.
Yeah.
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 Kind of stupid gitu.
Yeah. Work on the problems at home first, and
Yeah.
then I know 100%. Because my mom, like, I don't think my mom is really that serious about it. It's more so kind of like a for fun thing. But definitely, my mom has like a negative stereotype she has towards Hokkien people. They're very loud and very kasar, which is
They
very
are.
ironic because my mom herself is very loud and very kasar.
They
Tapi dia nggak
are.
sendiri. Like
Yeah.
you're not fucking cognizant of that yourself, bitch. But mom, like she'll like we'll be in public and then like there are like these bunch of like really loud Chindo people and my mom is like pasti Hokkien.
You know, Teochew, like,
Yeah,
we're
Mom's
really
Hokkien.
loud.
We're very
Yeah.
You know?
Teochew people are very loud, very kasar. Chindo people are in general. Dude, I'm so sorry, but
Yeah.
like in my opinion, this is just my opinion, and like because this is what I grew up exposed to, bro. Chindo parents, especially, number one, they're super kasar. I don't know what it is, but their default tone when talking, they just perpetually sound like they are
Yeah.
angry.
Yeah.
My mom
Yeah.
constantly just sounds like she mad to the point where my mom, like when she meets my friends, and then my friends get shit fucking scared, right? That's why I don't want y'all to meet her because I know y'all gonna react the same way. Because a lot of my friends have always been like, "Why is your mom so mad?" And I'm like, I don't know, right? And so I asked my mom, I was like, "Why were you mad at, for example, let's say, I don't
Me.
know, Michelle?
Yeah.
Like, why were you mad at Michelle?" And then my mom would be like, "Well, no, I'm not mad. I was just asking questions." But the way my mom would ask questions, like Chindo parents, the way they ask questions, especially like to your friends or even just in general, it's so interrogative.
It is.
It's so interrogative. Kamu sekolahnya di mana? Kamu tinggalnya di mana? Oh, kamu sebulan gajinya berapa?
Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. No. I want to ask you like that. Is that a thing with your parents where they will
No.
blatantly ask people how much money they make?
No.
My
No.
mom will literally like kita tuh pergi ke toko kayak berpapasan sama toko kayak gitu, like we'll like pass by a store and then she would ask the pekerja in the toko sebulan omsetnya berapa.
Oh, my mom kind of.
Oh, yeah. My dad would do that.
Like no, but then she would also ask my friends like, okay, like I got friends like they be working in corporate and everything, and so like you know the like my mom's like making like small talk conversation and she'd be like, kamu sebulan gajinya berapa? And it's like, mom, don't ask that, what the fuck? And of course my friends are like, of course they're not gonna say it, right? But then my mom would just keep pestering.
Dia kerja di situ gajinya segini.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Goblok.
Yeah. And then the
Yo,
comparison
that
game
is
begins like
new.
when she finds out that, oh, my friends be making more money than me, obviously. No, but then it's just like, I don't know, is that a Chindo parenting or it's just my mom is so fucking, like my mom is very no filter. Like to the point,
Sama
but to
kayak
the
anaknya
point
sih.
where it's like, ya nggak enak. What did you say?
Sama kayak anaknya, lu juga no filter kan orangnya?
Yeah, no, we're very straightforward. I do like that about my mom. My mom is very apa adanya. Like what
Yeah.
you see is 100% what you get. Like my mom don't bullshit like that. But it's just, damn, bitch, you could work on like some social skills. Like, you know, like I honesty is important, but tact is also important. My mom got none of the tact.
Oke, tapi misalnya she ask your friend kayak how much do you make Kenji misalnya. Terus let's say a hypothetical number kayak 300 juta per bulan tante kenapa?
Yeah.
What's she gonna say?
300 juta per bulan.
Misalnya gitu. Let's just say I made up like some huge ass number.
Oh God, I honestly don't even know.
Misalnya gitu kan. What's she gonna say?
Like if 300 juta, I mean, she's probably gonna probe like, what do you do? And then she'll probably like make me do the same thing and copy.
Yeah.
Bro, like she always asks that about you and your brand. Cause okay, here's the thing. Like okay, and obviously I have nothing against you, but my mom follows not Mandy CJ, but like Beat Beauty. And my mom, she saw this one reel video that y'all posted where it's like y'all got a lot of Shopee orders and like just like constantly printing out of the printer. My mom literally barged into my room and she's like, nih Mandy tuh banyak yang belinya. Kok kamu satu orang aja yang beli bulu matanya, kamu nggak ada? Literally late at night just like yelling at me, bro. And I'm just like, no, I don't take it out against you yet. I don't.
Maksudnya Mandy gak enak banget sekarang.
No. I don't mean to like make
Mandy.
you uncomfortable, but then it's also like she'll ask questions like, Mandy udah jual produknya berapa, harga apa, udah bikin profit belum? And it's like, I don't know that. I don't.
I feel like I'm
Mandy's
in a
suffering
fucking...
from success.
Iya man, DJ Khaled. Orang kita di compare sama top 1%, gimana kita nggak kalah anjir?
Yeah, we'd be like, ya kenapa kamu nggak kayak Haritano atau whoever the fuck,
Siapa kek?
ya
Fucking
siapa kek,
Ashanti.
Tanjung gitu.
Imagine you're like, kenapa mama papa nggak kayak orang tuanya Haritano?
Iya.
Iya kan? Kalau kita
That'd
kayak
be
gitu
crazy.
dipanggil durhaka, but then when
Yeah.
they do it to us, oh it's fine.
Mereka tuh kayak pengen the best for us tapi translated in the worst way possible gitu.
I started a business, right? And I started a business like pretty young.
Yeah.
And my dad never like berates me like my parents would ask it, kamu omsetnya berapa? And then I'd be like, you know, on like the low months, I'd be like, ya cuman segini nih. Terus dia bilang, he would say like, ya nggak apa-apa lah, kamu baru mulai. Which is like, it will get better,
No.
you know?
My mom,
Which is what I
never.
like.
No, my mom could fucking never. Immediately, like I launched my business, she immediately started. You're a little bit ahead of me, girl. You're a little bit like you started Beat Beauty like a little bit ahead of me, right? Or actually,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
maybe
like-
a lot better than me.
a little bit
a lot
longer.
Yeah, which
November,
honestly, no,
yeah.
bitch, I don't even fucking care. But then it's like immediately off the get go, day one of me launching, she's like, udah jual berapa? And she's expecting some wild fucking number, and it's like, I haven't even done marketing, I haven't done ads, and she's like, kenapa itu si Mandy dia salesnya banyak? Oh my god, I could strangle her.
Yeah.
Oh, I could actually strangle her. Like her expectations, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Probably at this point, my mom stopped watching because she's like so done with my shit, and she's probably at this point like in my room like berating the shit out of me. But like my mom and her just overly like unrealistic expectations. The way that it has brought me to the edge of suicide. I'm not even joking. I've been in therapy for years because of this shit.
Mungkin kalau duit terapi lu dipakai buat marketing bisa gede sih.
Yeah.
Iya anjir.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Your mom watching this right now, she paused the video, bring to your dengerin Kenji.
You know, I feel bad because you're like all of my cousins and their auntie.
Yeah.
Like your mom is the auntie
Yeah.
in my family reunion.
Yeah.
And like I know like a lot of my
Mandy
cousins.
kira ini safe space.
No,
Ternyata nggak juga.
a lot of my cousins would like go home. Terus yang sepantaran sih kayak, I hate when my mom meets Mandy. Every time she goes home from fucking Chinese New Year or like Sangjit or whatever the fuck, they would be like, kok kamu gak kayak Mandy? Coba dong post lebih bagus. Nanti post aja, nanti jadi influencer tuh gampang Mandy cari duit gitu.
Yeah. Yep.
But like, girl,
Constantly.
it's not like that.
It's not like that at all.
easy.
And like, no, of course I know, and like I don't hold it against you every time she compares me to you, or like she compares me to you as well. I don't hold it against you. It's like, bro, like, but she looks at you guys and thinks it's so fucking easy and that I should be able to do the same one. I know, like I'm in your space. It's like I know this shit not easy, but to her it looks so fucking easy, and it's like, why don't you do it? I'm like, okay, bitch, why don't you do it then? How did we get here? I was asking like if your parents beat the shit out of you.
She did mentally to you. Yeah.
She did mentally.
Kayak
Oh no, physically too.
volumes. Volume. Oh iya kan cubit ya.
Yeah, no, but even like she threw fruit baskets at me, like she fucking hit me and everything, fucking like pull my hair and shit. Yeah,
Pull your hair. Yeah.
yeah, like put me in a fucking chokehold. Yeah.
Yo.
Like that?
Yeah.
What did she do? Like, get rich, you know?
No, not like that. Like we'll be in the mall and she'll try to like be sly about it because she knows that people are watching, and she try to make it look like she's going in for a hug when really she's like, come here. She'll like do that. Yeah. Yeah, that's why. No, my biggest paranoia sometimes is like when I'm in public with my mom and like people recognize me, bro. People recognize me, and like I've had DMs, people being like, "Oh, I just saw you with your mom," and that's it. That's just the message.
Especially in PIM.
Especially in PIM. Yeah, no, I'm always in PIM. You will see me and my mother in PIM. And people have seen me. This one time, a follower of mine DM'd me. My goodness, I wanted to kill myself. A follower of mine DM'd me, and she was like, I wanted to come say hi to you, but your mom was yelling at you, and I felt bad. We were in Senayan City.
Indah!
Yeah, we were in Senayan City.
This is why I don't decide to hang out with my mom for too long.
Yeah.
Makes me revert back. Makes me feel like I'm 15 again.
You know,
and I don't like that.
It's so different because I love hanging out with my mom.
Yeah, no, me and Shanika, we can't relate to
Oh,
that.
actually, backtracking to the beating up part, because I didn't get beaten up like crazy. Tapi kayak cuma dipukul and like it would hurt and stuff like that. And I think to cope with it, a lot of my memory has been erased. But my favorite memory
How'd you do that?
I don't know. I've asked my therapist, and like I guess she's saying it's like a coping mechanism.
Oh.
Because like right now I am quite happy-go-lucky, and that takes training, I guess.
Yeah.
I easily forget things now. Maybe that's thanks to alcohol. Actually, no, that's not.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
It's alcohol and drugs.
I have a very good
College.
tip for y'all who are getting beaten by their parents. When I was 8, my dad was chasing me around to hit me. He was really mad at me, and I think I did something really bad, and I was being disrespectful as well. I was a very growing up, ako dipanggil anak setan. Okay, I was very hyperactive. I was pokoknya nakal. And my defense mechanism for my dad not to hit me, waktu itu I ran to the corner of my house, kayak the garden gitu, and he was about to hit me, and then I peed, and then he stopped. So that was my defense mechanism.
Yeah.
So like he was about to hit me, and he saw like pee, and he was like,
Oke, bentar. Jadi kayak waktu mau dipukul,
She peed
lu
herself.
udah buka celana atau lu
no,
belum?
no,
she
I
peed
peed
herself.
myself.
Wampol.
And
Oke. Terus kayak your dad justru nggak pengen gara-gara
Dia
kayak nah.
he's like, yeah, you know what?
Disgusted by the pee, probably.
Yes. Damn,
Yeah.
I thought that would be funny, guys. Come on. It's a
No.
good.
Kinda
It's a.
sad, dude. Pretty
No.
sad.
But like, I don't like hold a grudge for my dad, for doing that and stuff like that. You know what? Like, it's not good to beat your kid. Tapi again, I'm like, ya udah, it happened. I'm fine with it. Tapi kayak, it's just very fun. It's a very good tactic, by the way. If there's no way a 5-year-old is watching this, but
Tahu ada aja loh. Tahu ada iya.
But like, if you pee, that'll probably freak your parents out enough to not hit you,
Yeah.
because it's gross.
Oh my god. This is the part where I might start crying. I'm not even gonna lie. Because, stop it. Okay. My friend Selena, I was having dinner with her, and we were playing like one of those like get to know me cards. And then I don't know if this was like the question or like she kind of got inspired by one of the questions, and then she asked me like, what is the first memory that you have of your mother? Or your parents, like just, and y'all can think for yourselves, right? But then, the way I started bawling, well, not at the dinner. Selena, if you're watching this, like I wasn't crying at the dinner. I cried like after, like I came home, because like I thought about how my first memory of my mom was when I was like, how old was I? Like maybe 4, like 3 or 4. Like really, really young. And all I remember is that I was doing something. My mom was in her office, and then I was doing something. I think I was like trying to show my mom something, like a toy or like a drawing or whatever. And then I accidentally spilled water on her table. And my mom was on the phone, like doing a business meeting and everything. Oh, but that bitch got so fucking mad, and she got up and she chased me. So your story reminded me of this. And like she fucking chased me. Oh, and she beat the shit out of me for spilling water. I don't think it even got onto any documents. It just spilled over the table and like got on the floor. So like really nothing was ruined, but she got mad at me for spilling water, and then she was on the phone like doing a business meeting and everything. She kept her tone really fucking cool, beat my fucking ass up, bro. And
That's when you should have peed.
I should have.
Gue lagi nyimak anjir, gue lagi kayak emotional moment gitu
I'm
aja.
sorry.
Ya udah nggak apa sih.
I should have. No, but honestly, like, yeah, you cope with it like through like making like comedy out of it. But yeah, and then I like realized, that's my first memory of my mom. It's like literally her chasing me and like beating the shit out of me.
I'm
And
so sorry.
yeah, no, of course then it's like, yeah, of course then I grow up and like I really resent my mom, and like I'm really scared of her. Like every single thing that I do is like she's just gonna explode. So yeah.
Walking on eggshells.
Oh yeah, no, a lot of walking on eggshells. Actually, I've been thinking a lot about how like why I'm so. I think like when I'm outside of the house, like when I'm with y'all and like when I'm in front of the camera, like with everybody else, I'm very loud, and I'm very like what's the word? Like I'm very extra, right? And I think a lot of it is because at home I don't get to be that way. Because at home I gotta conceal, don't feel, don't let her know, because like she's the emotionally reactive one, so I gotta always stay quiet. So like when if y'all like see me at home, like if you ask not my mom, but like my maid, for example, like, oh, what's Indah like my maid will probably say like, oh, she's very quiet, she's very shy, she keeps to herself, because at home like I don't talk. Yeah.
I'm
No, it's fine. Oh no, it's fine. No, it's fine.
And then a tear falls down her cheek. It's fine.
Meme of the dog in the burning house. This is fine. This is fine. But yeah, that's my first memory of my
BTW
mom.
lagi pakai your lashes ya?
Yes.
Yo, your lashes berarti tear proof dong. That's pretty cool, dude.
I'm not even crying, but yeah, no, it is tear
That's the part where you said yes, terus kayak lu plug your product, dude. That's a good opportunity.
If you want to be a licensed baddie,
yeah,
get those.
You're gonna be a licensed baddie and work through your parental traumas, get these lashes, bitch. What's your first memory of your parents?
I don't
Mine's very
remember.
funny. Mine was also at 4, but it was I remember it was a conversation I'm having with my mom, and ironically enough, I told my mom, I promise I'm always gonna be a good daughter.
Nah, I never gave a
Why?
shit
Why
about
would
being
you?
a good
Why
daughter.
did you say that?
I have no idea. That was my very first memory. So I suddenly gained consciousness while I was saying that, and I was like, okay, do you guys have that memory of you gaining
What's
consciousness?
yours?
Like
Yeah?
some people is as early as them getting out of the vagina. Mine is not. Mine is like literally like
No, mine is that my mom chasing me and like hitting me.
Gue lupa lagi. Gue nggak bisa jawab. Kayak,
Yeah, me too.
it's a really weird question gitu loh.
no, like your
Really?
very first like
Yeah, I don't know which one's the first gitu loh.
Very,
There's
very
like there's a lot of early memories. Tapi kayak gue nggak tahu yang mana yang first
Yeah.
gitu loh.
Okay, what is your earliest memory of your mother or your dad?
Okay, I'm just gonna pick one ya.
Yeah, like earliest, like the earliest that you can date back.
Oke, waktu itu jadi ada Makro dulu namanya, it's like a hypermart. It's just like a big ass supermarket. Gue pengen ke sana, tapi kayak because gue pengen ikutan terus-terusan, my mom had to lie to me kayak, iya kamu nggak boleh ikut ke Makro karena di sana anak kecil nggak boleh ikut. Karena kayak I used to like to run around nyari-nyari snack gitu. Jadi kayak dia malas bawa gue. Jadi kayak whenever I told her I wanted to go, like she lies. Kayak, yeah, Makro doesn't allow kids anymore, so you can't come with me. I was like, no, I wanna run around in the aisle. Gitu doang sih.
What was the real reason?
Karena
didn't
emang
wanna bring
mager
you?
aja sih kali sih.
Oh, okay.
Kayak karena I just keep like being a bad kid.
Interesting.
Cuman
What
kayak
about
that's it sih,
you?
probably.
What about your dad? Do you have memories with your dad?
I do kayaknya waktu itu gue lagi diajar naik sepeda, I was like really small. Kayak that's it. Oh terus waktu itu ini kayak di film banget sih. Gue lagi naik sepeda roda 2, terus kayak my dad kept on pushing me, terus kayak keep going, and then kayak at some point dia udah lepas.
You can actually do it.
And then kayak gue ngeliat ternyata udah nggak di-push, terus gue jatuh. Karena kayak oh shit.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, very movie moment.
Iya, cuman ya itu gue kayak gue yakin tuh bukan earliest, tapi I'm not even sure if there's
When you gain consciousness, when you're like, huh, I'm alive?
kayak,
What?
yo.
Shanika's
Earth.
so persistent about this question.
Kayak, I thought everyone had it.
No.
Kayak gue harus kayak korek-korek archive dulu sih. It's not
but
something on
I
top of
do,
my head. How
but-
about you, Mandy?
It's
You're
just
not just there. You have to be like, oh.
you know.
Yeah, but
you know.
I don't know when.
So I don't know if I can say this, but I just remember when I'm in the womb.
Yo, what?
The-
No.
Ain't no fucking way, Mandy.
No
Don't
fucking
lie.
way, dude.
No,
You're probably
like
tripping balls.
I don't know. Maybe I was, but I just distinctly remember me being in the womb.
How do you know it's a
That's
womb?
way
Yeah,
too early.
yeah.
It's way too early, bro.
No. But I don't remember like I don't have a core memory of when I'm conscious. I just know that I was conscious in the womb. But like the thing is,
Isn't it dark?
yeah, it's dark.
Yeah, how
but
do you know
the
it's
thing
a
is,
womb
I
gitu
see,
loh?
I see.
Bayi nggak bisa ngelihat.
No, but gue baru sadar tuh like 6 months ago because dari dulu kan I've always been painting, and my painting dari dulu have always been similar. You know, since I was 14, I've always gravitated towards the same fucking colors, like purple, blue, pink. Purple, blue, pink.
Damn,
You know,
that's a very colorful womb.
no, I don't know. I don't know
Shanika?
why.
I think your mom took a little too much,
No.
right,
Maybe it's
cake
me,
or
but
something.
I don't know why. There's just like every time I'm asleep, I'm always in a very like weird conscious state, and I see visuals, you know, and I would see like these patterns that I end up painting at the end. I don't know. Maybe I'm schizophrenic or
Yeah.
something, but
I
like
don't think that's what.
You're
Yeah. No, I know
But-
that's
I
not
don't think that's
schizophrenia.
a memory.
but I don't know if it's a memory, but I do remember when I was in the crib, when I was literally a
Ma
baby
crib.
That's very early.
in a crib, and then I remember my mbak's face yang dulu udah lama banget,
Okay.
but it's always like glimpses of core memories like that. I remember the womb, being in a crib. I remember 6 years old, terus kayak we were at church and I look at my mom and then she's like, she was really happy because I accompanied her to church. And then I remember like small instances like
Ih, seru banget
like
ya.
kayak flickers, like you know
Kayak
when
ada core memory
no
moments
kayak
gitu.
when you wanna die in like movie scenes, and then you just have like kayak, you know, your whole life
Yeah,
flashes
yeah.
before you. And I just remember like being in the womb. That's why the patterns in the womb makes me paint all the time. And then I remember the first time I listened to music, and I have like this synesthesia, And I remember like the first ghost I saw.
Yo.
And I remember
I also remember that.
yeah. Like it very
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with me, but I've always been very spiritual, but also not at the same time because I was agnostic for a long period of time.
Yeah.
But then, like, I was in a fucking investment firm kaya gathering pas itu, and it was one ticket to be in the VIP category. It's about 10 million, and I was the speaker for this investment thing, right?
Yo.
And then turns out like some guy from a big bank came to me. Then dia kayak switch cards gitu kan. I was like, oh yeah, fuck, mula, you know, money. Terus he just told me to meet. And then turns out this guy, we met in like Plaza Indonesia gitu. Terus he was just like, you know Mandy, aku sebenarnya, saya tuh gak jarang banget kayak ke orang. Tapi I just wanna say this to you. Soalnya I know that you're indigo and your energy is too powerful. And that if your whole life ahead of you is going to be about concealing your energy, or not, you're gonna fail, you know, something like that. She's like, your biggest challenge in your life is maintaining your energy.
Tapi that makes sense
And-
because you're indigo, right? Jadi lu bisa
Yeah,
ingat
yeah.
womb visions.
And then he'd be like,
Wait, you can see?
yeah, and then he'd be like, kamu banyak kan yang tempelin kamu? And I was like, yeah. And then he would be like, yeah, that's because you cannot control your energy, so you have to learn how to kayak meditate. And then he like showed me like, you know, like now we kind of depend on technology, but like years ago we depend on magic. And then, you know, and in the future, like, you know, like Elon Musk and like Jeff Bezos or whatever he said, like they're developing like a chip for your brain, so
Indah
like
kayak
your
nggak
subconscious is
expect
like
this turn gitu.
in your brain. Yeah. So that's why in the future it's going to be like that. Tapi years ago it was about magic. Jadi kayak if you cut out your body, you'll actually see numbers and symbols, you know. That's why kayak ada Feng Shui, ada kayak pace, ada horoscopes, because how you're born is like all like udah ada this numerical mathematical thing. And then they said kayak gue tuh show ular yang udah level tinggi, so I have
Mega snake.
yeah mega snake. Taylor Swift, what? And then
Anaconda.
he just told me
She's not snake, she's an
anaconda. She just told me kayak I have
You
to
don't want
protect
no
my
Ancita
energy.
birds.
I have to meditate. I have to kayak sering potong rambut, buang amal.
Oh, that's
Just
why you don't have long hair.
yeah. Terus dia kayak bilang kayak you have
Mandy
to
backstory.
wear new clothes all the time. It's like, thank God I'm an influencer. I get sent all the time.
Yeah.
But and then he's like, he told me in a very scientifically mystical way that I was like, oh my God,
Mystical.
I'm Doctor Strange.
Yo. Your multiverse mad banget sih.
Yeah, and like I was like, maybe that's why I like see a lot of fucking shit this whole time. Like every time.
But
I'm not gonna say it here, but like,
ini
yeah.
kayak another conversation.
This is another. It's
for
like
another
yeah.
time karena kayak I've actually talked to Philo, tau Philo Sebastian gak? He's one of the biggest indigo creators on Indonesia. Kita kayak ngopi 4 jam aja, sampai jam 10 terus gue tanya dia everything and it kind of checks out with what you're saying. Jadi kayak
Yeah.
interesting aja. Gue penasaran banget sama tapi kayak itu for another
I just know about this.
conversation.
Terus kayak katanya ya Chinese culture ada. All the cultures have it kayak this numerical kayak you know like astrology, pace, feng shui,
Yeah.
even kayak the energy kayak
Baby
gue tuh
real
harus selalu duduk on the north because my aura tuh bagusnya on the north, something like that gitu-gitu loh. Terus gue kayak, you know, imagine me, I was sitting right next to like a big
Ada kompas nggak lu
boss,
sekarang?
a big boss in like a bank or something. I was like preparing to do my elevator pitch, and then this guy's just like, you have too much energy. You are one of the chosen ones, so you have to like
What the hell?
I know
calm
invest.
down.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I know invest.
So yeah, gitu sih, like that type of shit, you know. I don't know, maybe
How did we go from
How did-
parenting
yeah. How did we go
to-
from there?
So, I'm like, wow. And also, how did we get here? We were
Yeah,
talking
Yeah.
about parents beating us.
yeah.
Yeah.
I hope your mom sees this and comes up to you and be like, maybe you need better energy like Mandy. Maybe that's how.
Yeah.
Kamu seharusnya sionya ular, jangan kerbo.
Yeah.
Oh no, Kerbo is like a more hard worker.
Yeah, Kerbo is hard worker.
Ular is known to be licik.
No, both me and my mom. No, but ular, kerbo, and ular, we work well
Yeah,
together.
we are
Yeah.
a good
Good
match.
combo.
Yeah.
Both me and my mom were both oxes.
Gak ngerti gue cuy gituan anjir.
So that's why you guys
Butt
butt
heads.
heads.
Yeah,
Butt
butt heads
heads.
a
Oh,
lot.
and you know my boyfriend is a rabbit
Nice.
level 3. I'm
Okay.
like ular level
There's
8.
levels.
Yeah,
Huh?
there's levels.
What's
yeah.
my level?
I don't know. You have to calculate from your birth year and your date,
Oh
and then
my God.
I don't know how he does
Oh my
it.
God,
Oke,
we're
bentar.
We're living in an MMORPG.
Yo, bentar.
Ada unsur logam apa terus ada
Iya,
Iya,
ada
ada. Tapi question. Lu percaya sama show?
No.
Percaya nggak?
Jujur, at this point,
Lumayan ya.
like I've seen shit. I physically seen shit. So like, if I don't believe it, I'm kind of stupid. No?
Okay. Does show apply to someone that's only half Chinese?
No. Everything applies kok.
Tapi
Kayak
kenapa show nggak pernah dibahas di American culture segala gitu?
It's all
Kaget.
confirmation bias. I'm
Iya,
so
karena-
sorry. It's all confirmation bias.
Karena kayak misalnya kayak let's say my girlfriend dia kan half Chinese ya. Dia have something else gitu. Show doesn't really kayak gimana ya? Gue ngerasa kayak show doesn't really apply to
it doesn't
apply
really
to her
show
aja
her.
gitu.
Babes, I got white friends. I got like a white German friend, and she really internalizes Chinese zodiac.
A white German
but
friend.
white people loves horoscopes.
Well,
Yeah.
but no, as in like to say like the whole like, oh, does it apply if you're only half Chinese? Bitch, my friend is white. She German. She of the Aryan fucking race, and like
Yeah.
is she Aryan? Bule, are you Aryan? And anyways, but she white and she internalizes Chinese zodiac. It's literally all confirmation bias, and like
I
a
don't
lot. We can agree to disagree on that
Kind
one.
of like how pas awal-awal kita kayak hati-hati banget pilih kata-kata, sekarang kayak kita ngomong-ngomong aja anjir.
Yeah.
Nggak sih, Pak? Oke, iya.
Well, I meant about racial slurs, not about fucking astrology and spirituality. I mean,
But I like how Feng Shui has a function in interior. Because like because in Feng Shui,
itu.
let's say if you put a bed here and then the door is here, it's bad for the energy because the energy from the door
Debu
to
itu
the
loh.
window is
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
But there's also another set function. Like if someone opens the door, they can just see you sleep. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Or like
And
what if
like,
you're fucking and then
enggak,
you just
there's
open,
like the
open.
logic of it as
Yeah,
well.
science, like if you open the door, debunya na masuk langsung ke lu.
Yeah.
By the way,
You know,
ini
those
I
type
have
of
like
thing.
a whole ass episode dedicated solely to just Feng Shui di my channel.
Yeah,
Kayak
yeah,
gue
yeah, go on his
nge-breakdown
channel.
Feng Shui banget gitu loh.
Go on
Itu
his
make
channel.
sense banget, man.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch that tonight.
Yeah, thank
Are
you.
y'all parents like big proponents of Feng Shui?
No.
Mm.
I don't think my mom is either, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck she's on when it
Yeah.
comes to interior design. She has like zero skills, clearly. That's fine. We don't have to show the
Oh wait, there's also this thing that I wanted to bring up, but I kind of forgot that.
our
But-
Chindo parents.
Yeah, about Chindo parents.
Yeah.
It's my dad told me to not marry a pure Chinese. He wants
Like
a-
mainland
Like
Chinese?
mainland China?
kayak orang yang di sini nggak ada darah Indonya. So he wants me to marry like literally my own kind, Chindo.
Cindo
Or
gitu ya.
Oh, yeah.
actually, he's okay with me
Ah.
marrying like other races, of course. Sort of. Religion is questionable. Yeah, religion is questionable to the point where my dad does not ask it to me anymore. Like he knows I'm dating my boyfriend like
Mhm.
right now.
Muslim lover.
And I love how he asked literally anything else other than religion. He's like, he knows. He's like, oh, this girl.
No.
Mm.
Oh my god, my first relationship was with a native Indonesian Muslim guy. He was the love of my life. Like I really loved him. Like I could look at him and cry because how much I loved him, you know? Like I was like,
Because we were young.
because we were young, yeah, it was my
babe,
first
I've
love.
been there
I
too.
got
And
it.
it was with him for like almost like 2 years.
Yeah.
And kayak yaudah, it was like war with my family, with my parents.
Yep.
Every day marahin tentang my choice of boyfriend. And
Oh,
every
yeah,
day
yeah.
they would shit on him,
You too.
you know. And
Me
then
too.
he's like, kamu mau jadi apa kayak gitu loh, something
Yeah.
like that. And
Yeah.
then now to the point where I want to choose my own fucking battles, and I just wouldn't consider dating a native Indonesian, not because I do not like them, but because I just don't want to start a war with my family.
Right. No, because there was that. Do you guys remember there was that one viral TikTok video of this girl, a native Indonesian girl, and she was like, why is it that all these Chindos, y'all don't want to date outside your own race? And a lot of Chindos, we stitched that and we was like, no, it's not because we don't want to, it's because our fucking family won't
Believe
let
us, we want to, dude.
Believe us,
Yeah.
we want
We want to. Y'all are hot.
We want.
Yeah.
Y'all are hot.
Yeah.
That's why my type is what my parents don't want.
Yeah.
I mean kayak look at Shanika's boyfriend, kayak the furthest thing from a Chindo gitu loh.
Yeah.
Hot.
You two, your first boyfriend, native.
Oh, actually no. My first boyfriend was Chindo Kristen.
Okay. My
Oh.
first boyfriend was this we went to the same high school together. White Slavic Eastern, is Czech Republic Eastern or Western? Eastern, right? Eastern Europe. Yeah. Like this white
Yeah.
Slavic European guy that went to we were same grade, went to the same high school. My mom hated the living shit out of him, but the only thing that she hated was that because his dad's an employee.
Yo, it's kind of sad.
Yeah. There's always that thing like,
Mm.
kalau kamu employee, you know,
Yep.
employees,
Yep.
business owners, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh tapi biasa it takes proof to break that parent stigma loh. Kayak dulu kan nyokap gue nggak gitu menganggap social media as a viable career option, but now she does. And dulu juga my family tuh tidak pernah menganggap working as a viable career option until my cousin lulusan LSI, Edwin. Dia itu lulusan LSI dan dia sekarang tuh like he bought a fucking M4.
Yeah.
What is an M4?
It's a BMW yang
Yeah.
kayak
Oh,
mahal
okay.
banget dan kayak dia udah bisa beli apartemen di Jakpus yang
Wow.
sangat-sangat mahal ya, Paku Bono level type shit gitu.
Mm.
Gara-gara dia bekerja di consulting top 3 Indo, itu
yeah.
langsung break the stigma.
Yeah,
Itu
benar, benar,
langsung
benar.
kayak damn, berarti ternyata bekerja itu juga bisa get where we expect
Yeah.
you to get gitu
Yeah.
loh. Kayak sebenarnya semua orang tuh bisa get kayak talenta gitu lah.
Iya,
Bible
iya.
lagi anjir. Talenta orang beda-beda. Sorry. Kalau misalnya lo di bless untuk lo jago jualan kue tiaw, lo bakal segede, I don't know man, like kue tiaw mangga besar, kue tiaw afung or something yang gede banget gitu. If your talent is there, then that's where you're gonna be blessed gitu loh.
Well, if my mom ever gets to that point, I will let all of you know.
Can you date other outside of the Chindo race?
My dad nggak chill, my mom chill.
Oh, your dad got
My dad nggak, karena my mom be aja sih.
Yeah.
Really?
Iya.
Have you dated outside the Chindo
Nggak
race?
pernah.
So you like cici-cici then?
Sebenarnya technically not really sih. Karena kayak my ex different archetype semua. Gak ada yang conventional cici-cici. Kayak
But
kind of
still cici-cici.
ya cici tapi kayak kind of different gitu lah.
Different.
I
Kayak
see, I
ada
see.
different gitu.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, with my parents as well, the reason why, actually, my mom also does not want me to marry like a very pure Chinese. Actually, she doesn't care if like he's like loaded. But my dad mentions because pure Cina yang kayak Cina Toto yang sorry
Cina
to say,
Toto.
that's what they call Cina
Yeah.
asli Cina dari
Is
mainland.
that offensive?
Gak tau.
No,
My
I don't
my
know.
my mom, she's like, yeah, mommy Cina Toto.
Cina Toto is like pure blood Chinese.
Yeah.
And
I am Cina Toto.
Kayak conventional Chinese lah.
Not pure blood, but more so I think like fresh off the boat.
Iya.
Yeah.
Fresh
my
off the
dad
boat.
bilang because Cina Toto usually they have like a lot more traditions that you have to follow.
Yeah.
Because I guess my parents, since they both went to the US for school, I guess they're a bit more whitewashed and a bit more chill.
I can see where
You
that
know,
comes from.
I-
can
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
My parents are not racist, but I think they just don't want me dating outside my race because they are realistic with how they see relationships. Kayak, cause if misalnya I get Muslim boyfriend misalnya, then I have to go through and relearn
Yeah.
the different cultures
Oh,
and
that's
different
true.
traditions.
Mm.
And they said like my parents would say like that's gonna make a rift between you and the other culture, you know.
It takes
But-
twice the effort sih.
You know,
bener sih.
yeah, it does take quite the effort, and
Yeah.
sometimes for a longer relationship,
Mhm.
I learned that it's easier to have that when you come from the same culture and the same upbringing.
Yeah.
You know, because you
Mhm.
you don't have to explain much, you don't have to fight much. But I just don't
I'm so
agree.
used to it at this point.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just don't
Yeah, veteran.
agree
Yeah.
with how they say no to it. You know,
Yeah,
why do you have to be so like no T word? You know. When you
Yeah.
could be like, it is they can just sit me down. It's like it is harder to like have a long relationship because
Oh, my
of,
dad-
you know,
my
blah
dad-
blah blah.
My dad did
But-
that actually.
But maybe because my 16-year-old self would be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
Yeah,
true
it's-
love.
It's true love. Yeah.
And it's why can't our parents just be more politically correct about the way
Yeah,
they go
yeah,
about
yeah,
explaining
yeah.
things, right?
Like, why do they have to like
Yeah.
say these racial slangs?
But then like I
Yeah,
think
they won't
in the
say
back of their head mereka punya tujuan tuh like they mean well.
Of
They
course.
want us to gimana? They want us to be
Of
happy.
course.
Kayak maybe on surface kayak nggak boleh pacaran ini no, cuman kayak the reasoning behind that tujuannya adalah biar kita nggak ribet nanti.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Biar
then they
kita-
don't really know
iya.
how to explain it in a way
Yeah.
that is digestible to like
Yeah.
our ears.
Iya, jadi
Yeah.
beberapa anak-anak yang gagal digest jadi ke terapi dan
But
lain-lain.
also they like, wait, I forgot what I want to say. Never mind.
My mom actually had a phase where she did not want to marry Chinese as well. My dad told me that. He was like, funny thing about your mom. Back then, her and her sister promised to not marry Chinese.
Chindo, you mean?
Yeah, Chindo.
Oh.
Chindo and Chinese.
Indah juga
And then they
pernah
both
promise kayak
ended up
gitu.
marrying Chindos.
I did?
Lu ingat apa in our previous video pernah bilang kayak I do not want to date Chindo man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I've had
yeah.
that face as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but actually, like to be on the real, like a lot of people like they think that I'm very like anti-Chindo man, like I don't want to date Chindo or whatever. And no, I don't got nothing against Chindo men. Chindo men typically just don't like me. That's it. They don't swing my way. So it's like, why am I wasting so much time and energy looking in a circle that I know, like more likely than not, they're not gonna be looking my way.
Yeah, Chindo men don't even like me too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So it's like, yeah,
only
why bother
only
looking
Chindo
there?
Bali guys.
Oh,
You
I was
know?
about to be like,
Itu spesifik
My
banget.
ex-
Chindo Bali guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like he was raised in like a very liberal culture.
Right.
Yeah, but actually, like a lot of my Chindo friends, like deep down and behind closed doors, like where they can't say this out loud, a lot of them, like they don't want to end up with another Chindo person because like it takes one to know one, right? Because we're Chindo
Yeah.
and we're part of the community.
that's why I don't
We
want to.
know exactly like the shit that goes down behind closed doors and how that shit's a lot of the time fucking ugly and we don't want none of that. Yeah.
Yang bikin ngeselin kayak the general public ngirain Chindo tuh elitis. They think we're elitist for only wanting to date within our own race.
Yeah.
Not me. Ha! Hi guys.
Wait,
Not her.
why elitist and within our own race? That's racism. That's not like elitist is within your own social economics. Like racism is within your own race.
Iya karena
Nggak nyambung.
kayak people associate being Chindo with being
Being
of the
rich.
upper itu kan,
Ah.
the upper class kan.
Boss,
Jadi kayak
yeah.
iya
Yeah,
Chindo mah cuma pengen nama Chindo doang, kayak ngerti gak sih?
Yeah.
Kayak jadi
yeah, no.
padahal sebenarnya enggak gila.
Yeah.
Kayak that could not be
Not this
further from the
generation.
truth.
Yep.
No, it's just
Tapi
it's
ya,
just I don't want a
yeah.
war with my family. That's it.
Yeah.
I think it's because
Pick and
they
choose your battles,
they
man.
expect another Chindo family to be as frugal or as like money oriented as they are, so that they
Yeah.
feel more safe.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah.
trauma dump session.
This is like unpacking Chindo parental trauma. Like, how about math?
Oh, when I was in 4th grade, I was crying because I couldn't understand math. My dad was
Me
like,
too.
"Why don't you understand,
Me too.
Papa? Beli 5 apel, 5 apel.
Yeah.
Papa jual 3. Papa apelnya ada berapa?"
2 pisang gitu.
Yeah, the first time I got rotanin is because of that.
Oh.
It's like, what is 4 times 2? And I'm like, you know?
Kenapa kau masih pakai tangan?
Yeah.
No. Oh my goodness.
Nggak ngerti matematika nanti kalau jualan bocor loh.
Bro, you know that.
Anjir, iya lagi.
No, and again, oh my goodness, my mother had the way that this woman has done a number on me. Like I used to struggle a lot in math. Like I've never been good at mathematics, right? I've always been more right brain oriented, right? So I struggled a lot with math and science, and I was doing really bad in math, especially. And my mom, like math, that is like her number one thing. That is such a God, bro. Like every Chinese parent, like the number one subject that they care about, math. Or like that's probably the only thing that
I
they care
hate it.
about. That's like the thing that my mom cared about. She didn't give a shit about everything else, but she only cared about math. And I was doing really bad at it. So she would always scold me of like, why aren't you getting this? Like, why are you so fucking stupid? But at the same time, she never, actually for a while when I was younger, and this is very unorthodox, especially because I'm Asian, my mom didn't let me go to tutoring. Aku nggak dibiarin les.
Kumon?
Enggak, I've never done Kumon.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've never done my first tutoring up until high school. So growing up, I didn't have tutoring for academics.
She tutored you?
No, my mom was never home.
Oh.
So she wanted me to just do it myself. And also like with the tutoring thing, like my mom's very paranoid because she was always like, if you go to tutoring and then like I can't supervise you there and then like what if something happens to you? That one I kind of understand. But then it's like, but also she was always like, why can't you just do it yourself?
The paranoia is real. with
The
this.
paranoia is very real to the point where she didn't let me do tutoring. That's actually why I struggled a lot, but my mom just didn't. But eventually I had to learn how to do it myself. And so I did. And then, yeah. And then when I got to high school and then the pressure of college was on, and then that's when she signed me up for tutoring, but also because I got older and I could protect myself more. But
Yeah.
when I was younger, my friends, my classmates' parents were the ones that tried to get my mom to let me go to tutoring, and my mom would say no.
I've always had private tutors because I was really stupid
Same.
at school.
Yeah.
Like really stupid. Like I failed Kumon.
Oh, I do remember like my mom hired a private tutor for math, but that didn't last long.
Oh my god, I was fucking horrible. I
Yeah.
was really stupid. Really stupid.
Jangan ngomong stupid lah, beda lah. Academically
I was
Challenge.
academically challenged.
beda. Kayak kalau academically gue ngerasa gue blessed banget karena parents gue smart dua-duanya ya. Jadi gue dari dulu tidak pernah terlalu harus belajar banget untuk mendapat nilai yang oke. And by
I
that,
hate you already.
gue beneran enggak. Maksudnya kayak by oke, I mean like above the passing grade. I'm talking like B plus gitu loh. Tapi gue nggak pernah A juga karena gue nggak pernah kayak yo gitu banget.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm not the type to nggak study at all, and I'm not the type to study hard banget. I'm just the type that kind of studies and like gets by. Kayak 75.
I
80
remember I
gitu.
would have to study till like 3 a.m. in the morning.
Same.
My goodness, wow.
Because oh my god, we decafe students.
Yeah, and I think did you also have this phase where you make really pretty notes and end up not studying?
Oh,
Such a design thing.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
me. I would focus on the
Yeah,
aesthetics of
the
my
I'd be
aesthetics,
like,
yeah.
Hiroshima, and then like
No, but I think like as I grew older, my writing just got
oh,
super
sorry, that's
ugly.
sensitive at the beginning.
Iya lagi,
Hiroshima.
gue ketawa lagi. Yo, people died, bro. It's
Yeah,
not cool at all.
I'm sorry.
No,
But like I'd be decorating it.
Hey, my name Kenji, bro. I'm not gonna let this slide.
Okay, no. But I'd be like Perang Dunia 2, and I actually did make a tiny explosion,
Oh no!
Yeah, so pretty.
and I'd use the kuas yang
Oh no! Oh my god, were you in the iPad
I'm
days?
gonna get
No,
canceled
not
for
yet.
this.
No, not yet, right? It was the
I'm sorry.
notebooks.
I love how
Pretty
you know,
wild.
guys. To be honest, the whole intention of this episode was to like talk about more so like Chindo parenting culture, like the whole fucking. Actually, I wanted to talk about like pribumi parents versus like Chindo parents, which is why like I had the disclaimer earlier on. But then this just turned into like
Trauma dump.
like trauma dumping, like unloading Chindo parental trauma. Which honestly, I ain't mad about it. I think a lot of people could find solace in this episode.
Yeah.
To be
Like Chindo
honest.
kids.
A lot of Chindo kids.
You guys also just made me realize maybe my mom isn't Chindo. Maybe she just mentally needs help.
Yeah. A lot of this, I'm like, maybe it's not so much a cultural thing. Our moms just need to go to therapy. Yeah.
She's so psych ward.
Yeah. But let us know down in the comments if you would like more Chindo parent related episodes. I have a feeling a lot of it is gonna be yes. A lot of people are gonna be wanting more of this and more of you guys. So I hope the next time I hit y'all up and like invite y'all to the episode,
Part
y'all don't
2.
fucking run away. But yeah, maybe y'all want a part 2 of this one. Let us know down in the comments. Thank you so much to these 3 for coming back on the show. Thank you so much for Peter for being at the back monitoring
Thanks,
all this
Peter.
shit.
Thanks, Peter.
And-
Appreciate
Thanks,
it, bro.
Peter.
Thanks, Peter. And we hope this episode brought at least some of you some emotional comfort in the fact that y'all are not
Sorry.
Peter. How come like me, Shanika, and Peter like we're the most like traumatized by our parents and we're so like casual about it? And that's a coping mechanism. But yeah, I hope this episode could bring some comfort to a lot of y'all at home. At least comfort in knowing that y'all are not alone. And that good parents exist out there.
And yeah, BetterHelp, sponsor her.
Oh my
Better
god.
help.
BetterHelp, please sponsor me.
Please.
Please, I need the
She's
money.
gonna be an asset.
I don't think you need
to
better help. You need a
BetterHelp.
lot of help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I better get a lot of help.
You both.
That's what
you
I need.
3.
Yeah, but that is it for this episode, you guys. Make sure to like, comment, and fucking subscribe, you cunts.
Bye.
Bye.